good evening, and welcome to STA Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and on the campus of Williamsport High School for this contest of Jersey Shore High School football as the Bulldogs take on the Williamsport Millionaires. Alongside Tom Fleming on camera and Ryan States, who will join me in just a moment, I'm Nicolas Severini. This is a match that, on paper, is tabbed to be of high importance for both teams, two 4-1 teams that come to Williamsport's campus for this evening. But for Jersey Shore, both the players and the large amount of spectators on the opposite side, it is a community that travels in mourning. Earlier yesterday afternoon, it was announced by the Jersey Shore School District that Jersey Shore 8th grader Vito DiCapria, his longtime battle with cancer ended yesterday afternoon, a battle that he had valiantly fought for a vast majority of his life. In his eulogies, the many eulogies posted online, the story of Vito is one of determination, hard work, and passion that is well beyond his years. And as someone who was in the middle school with Vito for the last couple of years, I can confirm that everything that had been posted was true, and if anything, undersold the level of passion and commitment that that young man had. Our thoughts and our best wishes are to the DiCapria family, especially including Vincenzo DiCapria, the older brother of Vito at this time. Following this break, we will go back to our normal broadcast. Ryan States will join me, and we will broadcast what is expected to be a very excellent contest. If anything, because that is exactly what Vito would want as well. But while we do broadcast this competition, let it be known that we are doing so from the rooftop of this press box with very heavy hearts. We'll be right back.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving Central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
And welcome back in from STA Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Tom Fleming and Ryan States alongside me. I'm Nicolas Severini. A beautiful view here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania for a highly consequential matchup. The Williamsport Marching Band stationed on the far side. You might see them creep into the view now, getting ready for their performance, 1980s style performance. It should be noted as well, we might be off on the timing because the scoreboard to our right is not currently on, interestingly enough. So if there is a scoreboard, and what a time it is to debut our timer, of course, on the scoreboard, Ryan. But if there is no scoreboard, that timer that is on your screens will be nothing but an estimate, we'll have to say. But nothing estimated about this game. This is a massive one between two teams. Williamsport, the Millionaires, come in with a record of 4-1, with a 2-1 record in the Heartland Athletic Conference, a member of the Heartland Division 1 and part of PIAA District 4/6A, because there is only one, of course, school big enough to be a 6A school in the district. They are led by head coach Michael Pearson, and this coach, Ryan, has helped bring this Williamsport program to life a little bit. He's now above 500 in 4 seasons in charge, 21-19 record. Had a struggle of a loss against Shikellamy last 2 weeks ago, 35-14, and it looks like they were destined for back-to-back losses, Ryan, until a very late comeback sparked a win against Selinsgrove, 29-23, and that is where Williamsport find themselves after winning their first 3 games against Wyoming, Valley West, Hazleton, and Central Mountain. They come in with a 4-1 record and a lot of pedigree to their name as well.
And that Selinsgrove win was a big confidence booster for them. They were down 11 points with 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. In total, they scored 20 points in the fourth quarter to come back to win that game versus the Seals in a Seals team that Jersey Shore handled very well. Williamsport might not have as well, but a win like that is such a confidence boost for a team like this. When you're down late in the game and you're able to come back, find a way to win, it really proves that this Millionaires team knows how to win. As
we're about to see the start of a very fantastic display for the Williamsport Marching Band. I see, looks like a Pac-Man table on the right. They're honoring the year of 1985. I was listening to them when we got here at about 4 p.m., about 2.5 hours ago. They sounded great. I'm sure they're going to sound great here when they perform. But they take on the Bulldogs, the Millionaires. Jersey Shore come in with a record of 4-1, with a 2-1 record in the Heartland Athletic Conference, a member of PIAA District 4, 4A, and Heartland Division 1, led by head coach Tom Gravish. The Bulldogs, Ryan, of course, we've been with them all season long. We have seen the trials and tribulations of this team. And they had a bit of a rarity that they haven't done too much, especially in their last game, ironically enough, coming against Shikellamy. They had a slow start. It was a one-possession game at the half before the Bulldogs exploded to a 42-14 victory. So what you can see in terms of both teams coming into STA Stadium this afternoon are two teams that are looking to shake off of slow starts despite getting victories.
And this Bulldogs team has just been a buzzsaw all year. When you look at their point totals, 27 points in the opening week against Dallas, 49 against Delaware Valley, 49 against Selinsgrove, 42 versus Shamokin, and 42 versus Shikellamy. If the Millionaires want to find a way to win this game, this is going to have to be a high-scoring affair, a game that they've not played much this season where they have to score a lot of points to win. They're going to need to put up, I'd say, around 40-plus if they want to win this game.
This is two teams led by some excellent dual-threat quarterbacks. We'll preview both of them and the rest of the stars to watch as we approach kickoff here at STA Stadium between Jersey Shore and Williamsport. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases, all handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814. Fred Ham Disposal.
Get ready to hit the road with more great trips in October through Susquehanna Trailways. On the 5th, the National Zoo in D.C., Tioga Downs Casino on the 14th, and the live stage performance of Noah at the Sight and Sound Theater on the 25th. Shop early, November 11th, at King of Prussia Mall. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and susquehannabus.com for more info. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
17 minutes from kickoff here from STA Stadium, and a massive update. We've got a scoreboard to our right. The bad news, it's not showing a timer, and the score has Jersey Shore up 18-12 as the final score. I'm not entirely sure where that score line had come from, but hey, for the Bulldogs, they'll definitely take it. The Bulldogs taking on the Millionaires here on the Bear Country Sports Network, and Ryan, quarterback play is going to be a real deciding factor. We'll start with Nolan Pauling in this game. Nolan Pauling coming in with excellent stats, just under 1,000 yards passing, just under 200 yards of rushing. He's got 7 touchdowns through the air, 5 touchdowns on the ground. Had a bit of a quiet game for his standards against Shikellamy, but I wouldn't imagine he'd have a quiet game 2 weeks in a row for his standards.
And we've really seen Pauling that when he gets going, he's a really hard quarterback to stop, both with his arm and with his legs. You mentioned the touchdowns. The one thing I want to highlight, only 3 interceptions. When you have a touchdown to turnover ratio that high, it's a really good sign that your offense has been humming most of the year. You mentioned the slow start last week. They were able to get rolling and still find 42 points despite the slow start. Even if they get off to a slower start here today, I don't think it's going to be a problem for this offense to find points.
And I think one of the more noteworthy slow moments there for Pauling against Shikellamy. Only 4 total rushing yards on 7 carries. Now, they didn't need it with Sechrist and Herrick going off, and we'll talk more about them in a little bit. But do you want to see Pauling get the ground game going back a little bit more to what we saw in the beginning part of the season?
It depends on if they need it or not, right? When you have a dynamic quarterback, the inclination is to get him out of the pocket and running more. But what that also leads to is a quarterback taking some big hits. We saw that earlier in the season. There were a few times where Pauling rolled out, and he just got leveled by some opposing linebackers. If they keep him in the pocket and they're able to keep him upright, he can do just as much damage with his arm as he can with his legs.
I have to apologize. You might be able to hear from the crowd, Mike. I just heard the Mortal Kombat final round followed by the Pac-Man when he picks up the power-up in the top right. I forgot what they're called. I know I'm going to get some jives on that in the comment section. But, of course, we see the conclusion of the 1985 performance from the Williamsport Marching Band. The Millionaires quarterback, Tevin Williams, is a superstar. This sophomore is a phenom from what we've seen so far this season. And he put the team on his back against Shikellamy, or rather Selinsgrove, in what was a 29-23 win. Ryan, it was a game that the Millionaires trailed by multiple possessions into the fourth quarter, approaching the halfway mark in the fourth quarter. Tevin Williams would get all the touchdowns from there on out, a couple on the ground, and even a pick 6 to his name as well. So he's someone that can do it on both sides of the field and both sides of the ball. And Tevin Williams, we've seen a one-man show be the detriment of the Bulldogs already this season. Tevin Williams, he's got the pedigree to fill in a similar role here tonight.
I don't know if that's Tevin Williams or if it's Greg Jennings, because you're right, he just does put the team on his back sometimes. Screw that one up a little bit there, but we'll go on.
That's why we do it on the pregame show. We get those out of the way early.
Right. First-year starter, as you mentioned, the true sophomore against Selinsgrove, 160 rushing yards with 119 passing yards, 3 total touchdowns. And you mentioned Going back to that game against Shamokin, we saw them face off against a one-man show with the Shamokin Indians, and their quarterback, who was just able to run all over Jersey Shore, ended up getting the two-point conversion, running it, the two-point conversion in that won them the game. I'm interested to see how this Jersey Shore defense faces off against Williams, but despite a first-year starter, this is a kid that looks well beyond his years. He is a superstar in up and coming for this Millionaires team. He's going to be a real tough ask.
Well, we preview both quarterbacks, but of course, both teams. You don't get to 4-1 without a team around the quarterback. We'll talk about our players to watch coming up next as we approach kickoff here at STA Stadium between Williamsport and Jersey Shore. You're tuned in to Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Reliable. That word sums up Hollick's Coal & Oil in Jersey Shore. Stocked and ready to go for fall and winter, Hollick's is a phone call away, 570-398-1190. A fixture in the community for the last 75 years. Hollick's Coal & Oil will fill you up shortly after you call. Hollick's Coal & Oil, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore. Hollick's Coal & Oil, 570-398-1190.
Fall is calling and adventure awaits. This is Graham at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, and we're rolling out unbeatable deals as the season turns. Save thousands and choose from top brands like Forest River, Winnebago, KZ, and Intech RV in a great selection of floor plans. At C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, we believe in transparent pricing, no pressure sales, and absolutely no hidden fees. Visit us in the Pine Creek Valley or online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email randy@reesesprintshop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
New home, big dreams, real life plans. You're saving, you're doing the best you can. You need a friend and a helping hand. Journey Bank, Journey Bank.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven. Serving the area for the last 57 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. Call 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at kleiny'sfurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Dotter Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Dotter Equipment is your steel dealer. Dotter Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Dotter Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at dotterequipment.com.
Hey, it's Giveaway Jay from Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. August was a great new car month. We exceeded Kia's objective. which is great news. But now I have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, serviced and ready for immediate delivery. Rates are coming down, banks are getting aggressive and approving loans like never before. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville, at alexanderkia.com. And remember, we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for a great time in Avis? Head to Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, the friendliest place in town. Grab a cold beer or malt beverage, soak in the good vibes, and meet the amazing bartenders and friendly crowd. Challenge your friends to PA skill games or shoot some pool. And yes, smoking is permitted. Family owned for 49 years, you'll find us at 111 West Central Avenue in Avis. Open 3 to 10 Mondays, 11 to 10 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 11 to 11 Fridays and Saturdays.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
As both teams are set to take the field from the same entrance at STA Stadium, Jersey Shore first, Williamsport will follow right after them. Before we talk about our other players to watch for this contest, Ryan, a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, both in the Heartland and in districts. A couple interesting matchups.
Yeah, let's run through it. Central Mountain looking for their first win, but it'll be a hard one, traveling to Sunbury to take on the Shikellamy Braves. Sealands Grove to Cole Township to take on the undefeated Shamokin Indians. Mount Carmel taking on the Hughesville Spartans. The Iron Men of Danville taking on the Tigers of Southern Columbia. Jersey Shore obviously here taking on Williamsport. Lewisburg, the Green Dragons taking on the Loyal Sock Lancers. Milton against Milfenburg. Central Columbia taking on Montoursville. North Penn Mansfield going to Tuberville to take on the Warrior Run Defenders. The Bloomsburg Panthers taking on the Midwest Mustangs. Athens, the Wildcats taking on the Hornets of Wellsboro. Jenkintown taking on Columbia Montour. And that game is tomorrow at 1 p.m. All the ones previous are tonight at 7 p.m. We have a stacked house here on a Friday night.
As Jersey Shore comes out onto the field from the far side of where we are in the home press box here at STA Stadium, the Bulldogs are in their road white uniforms once again for the first time in 3 weeks. They're in orange pants, white tops with orange colored numbers on the front and back, and an orange helmet with a black JS on the side and a black stripe through the middle. Williamsport out onto the field, the crowd erupting on their feet in a very large stadium at STA Stadium. The Millionaires are in their home red uniforms for today, white pants with a red and black stripe on the side, red tops with white colored numbers on the front and back, and a black helmet with a white stripe over the middle and a Millionaire logo. Williamsport, of course, had the largest proportion of millionaires in the country at one point way back when, and that is why they are called the Millionaires. As we get set for the national anthem, real quick, Ryan, who are your players to watch other than the quarterbacks?
Well, as the sun sets here, and you know what they say about money trees, they are the perfect place for shade. But talking about money, let's look at the running back, Cash Harrett and Bo Sechrist. These two, such a catalyst for this Jersey Shore offense. Last game, both of them combined to rush well over 200 yards in the win. These two are going to be the big keys for Jersey Shore. Meanwhile, looking at Williamsport, it's their running backs as well, Giovanni White and Lucas Naughton. As they run the pistol set, you'll see both of those, plus the quarterback, run on the ground. White, 60 carries so far this season for 416 yards and 6 touchdowns. Naughton, 22 carries for 133 yards. This is going to be a real ground and pound game.
Where in the world did you pull out that reference, by the way? Very impressively done, as both sets of captains are set to come onto the field here at STA Stadium. We'll step aside for the anthem. When we return, it will be kickoff between Jersey Shore and Williamsport on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
And with the wonderful rendition of the national anthem played by the Williamsport Marching Band, we're all set to go for the start of this contest as Williamsport takes on Jersey Shore. Tom Fleming is on camera. Ryan State's on color, frantically getting the captains for this evening's matchup. And I'm Nicolas Severini. The sun setting down here from Williamsport in nearly the center of the Keystone State. 2 4-1 teams under the floodlights. Doesn't exactly get much better than this, Ryan, does it?
No, it does not. What just a beautiful setting here it is on Millionaires Field. I mean, the STA Stadium is absolutely beautiful, isn't it?
It absolutely is. I mean, it looks like a college facility. I mean, we go and we travel to Lock Haven. There are some PSAC schools that can match these facilities at STA Stadium. The temperature at kickoff, 70 degrees, and we expect partly cloudy skies, good weather. We hope it's good because we're up here in the press box with no covering, of course. We have some coats for an emergency, an excellent crescent moon to our left, and an excellent sunset right straight away from where we are in the press box to complete what is a beautiful evening here in the Keystone State. Both sets of captains exiting from their spots as we're set to go and set to play here in Williamsport. And Ryan, your final thoughts as we approach kickoff here in what is a big game for both teams?
It's a big game, and like I said, I think this is going to be a real ground and pound game. This one's going to go really quick. Both these teams want to establish the ground game early and often. To me, the big key to this game is who can stop the run better. Can the Williamsport Millionaires find a way, force Pauling to throw, keep him in the pocket, keep him contained, make them beat them down the field? And for Jersey Shore, what would it look like if Williamsport can't run the ball with their quarterback, Tevin Williams? How does their offense change if they can't get going on the ground?
Late arriving crowd, but they are filing in the seats here at STA Stadium. Jersey Shore will start with the ball going from our left to our right in white. Williamsport will kick away from right to left. On the near side, hash 40, is Braden Ungard, the kicker, who will place the kicking tee on the near side, hash 40 to the left of the field. 2 back deep to return. That looks to be Luke Ryan and Carter Reinhardt. No, rather that is Carson Watkins on the near side, who are set to return. Luke Ryan on the far side. Both teams with slow starts last week. Both teams, though, victorious last week and have a 4-1 record here in Heartland Division I. It is a must-win for both teams. If Shamokin is to have a slip-up, a share for the Heartland Conference title could be on the line as Ungard steps up to the football, boots it into the heavens, and we're underway. Here in Williamsport, this one fielded at the 5. He takes it 10, 15, 20, bounces right side, 25, has got space to the 30. Flag down late as he is out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A penalty marker is down. A good return there from Watkins outside the numbers near side before stepping out. But a flag had come in red as he stepped down. This looks like holding.
Yeah, it's holding on Jersey Shore, and it looks like it was about at the 30-yard line, so might back them up to as far as the 20, depending on where they deem the hold to be. As the chain gang looks like it's going to get moving, or rather they're going to say they'll still spot it right now at the 34.
Well, the referees are talking about it, and it seems as though there are penalties on the field, obviously, and it looks like after a delay they are going to mark it on Jersey Shore. So originally, Watkins managed to take it to the 34, but with a 10-yard holding penalty, we'll see where they wind up putting it, that is. And as the referee backs up, they'll place it on the right side hash, 24-yard line. It will be a 1st down and 10 in the first look at this offense led by Nolan Pong. Twin tailbacks, 2 receivers, right, 1 left. They take the quick snap. It's a handoff up to the weak side by Sechrist. Takes it to about the 30. Negates some of that initial penalty yardage before going to ground at about the in fact, the 30-yard line right side. Tackle made on the near edge.
And just an inside zone run scheme there. They're able to get Sechrist loosed up the field for a good 5-yard gain.
2nd down and 6, they'll call it. Pauling taking the snap option, pitches left side to Heron. He's got space. Outside the hashes, 35. 1st down to the 40. 45, puts the shoulder pad down and is wrestled out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A great run from the sophomore tailback, Cash Harrod. He picked up 29 on the run and moves the change for the Bulldogs.
And how about Carson Watkins there blocking up the field, man up on his corner, not able to let him get out, giving Sechrist a lot of space to run.
On 1st and 10, they go quick. It's another option play. Pong takes up the field, passes midfield, and will get wrapped up by a swarm of millionaires to the Williamsport 46-yard line.
And I hope you like read option, Nick, because with these 2 quarterbacks, we're going to be seeing a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, so we've seen a carry from Sechrist, a carry from Harrod, a carry from Pauling, and they're in Williamsport territory after the 6-yard gain. It is a 2nd down and 4, rather a 2nd and 5. They take the snap quick. Handoff here, left side. He's got space inside the 40, 35. He's got space more to the 30, outside the numbers, and is wrapped up at the 25-yard line. A tackle to save the touchdown by the cornerback, Joseph Walker, but another big gain over 20 yards and into the Williamsport 25.
Good blocking there by the Bulldog left side of the line. Lopin Swales gave Harrod a wide open lane to run through.
And on 1st and 10, Pauling left side. We'll hand off again to Harrod. Takes it past the line of scrimmage, but this time he doesn't go far. Wrapped up immediately on that far side. They went for that same play, but this time Jaden Parker was there to close it down. A 2-yard snag for the sophomore.
We've seen many teams that play Jersey Shore. They run a lot of guys in the box. Williamsport making the adjustment.
On 2nd and 8, they option. It's a pitch right side. Sechrist breaks a tackle in the backfield, but is upended right at the line of scrimmage. A big tackle applied there from Giovanni White, one of the captains of this defense. Takes Sechrist back for a 1-yard loss to the 23.
And a good job to read the option there from White. White originally started to crash the quarterback, backed off as soon as Pauling pitched it, and a good job to make a tackle in open space.
On 3rd and 9, Pauling to throw. He rolls out right. 2 receivers right side. Catch is made right at the 1st down marker by Luke Ryan. He's going to be shy of it. He needed the 14 for the first forward progress. Will stop it at the 17, but there is a stoppage, and that is because there is laundry on the field. This looks to be in the area of holding. Now, it should be noted Ryan was 2 yards shy of the line to gain, so we'll see what Williamsport decides to do here.
If I'm Williamsport, you accept the penalty. Back this up to 3rd and long, because they're at the point now where if you make it, it's be about a 4th and 2. They have the option to go for it if you're Jersey Shore. With how aggressive this team has been all year, you'd expect them to go for it. You take that penalty, you back them up, and try to get a stop here on 3rd down, force a punt.
2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Scoreless between Jersey Shore and Williamsport with right at 10 minutes on the clock. And the holding penalty notably was accepted, so they'll back it up to the 33. A 3rd down and 19. They need to get to the 16 for the first. Pauling in the gun to throw. He steps up, now fires over the middle. It's tipped in the air and intercepted. It's picked off by Williamsport. He takes it 25-30, outside numbers 35, and is wrestled down at the 45-yard line. That looked like Tevin Williams, the quarterback of all people, getting the interception. And by the time he's wrapped up, it's good field position for the Millionaires. Williams had a pick 6 against Shikolemi. And with his 2nd interception in as many games, he takes it to the 43, and the Millionaires with good field position.
And that throw was just kind of in no man's land. They had Luke Ryan and Watkins running the same route. Watkins about 5 yards deeper down the field. Pauling let it rip. I think that ball was supposed to go to Watkins, but Ryan, not sure where Watkins was behind him, put his hands up there to try to catch it. Tipped it, leads to the interception.
Williams in the gun on 1st and 10 on the left side. 2 tailbacks with him, White and Naughton. A 3 receiver say he takes the snap, handoff up the middle to the tailback, gets to the line of scrimmage, but not much else as Cash Harrod was there to put a quick end to matters after just a 1-yard gain from the far side halfback.
And that's going to be key for the Jersey Shore defense. They have to stop the inside run. They need to find a way to force Williams to throw the ball deep down the field.
That was White on the carry, 2nd down and 9, 9.5 minutes left to go in the first row, scoreless. Williams getting the play from the near sideline. The ball spotted on the left side, hash 44. Trips right, 1 receiver left. They're going to spread this out. White is the tailback in the pistol, Williams. Some movement there on the line, and there is a flag. It was the defensive tackle to the right side, Isaac Shirey, who moved first from my view. And it looks like Williamsport will be the beneficiary of another penalty early on in this game.
And Williams just caught him there with a hard count, got him in the neutral zone, and they get a free 5 yards.
So on 2nd down and 4, 9 minutes left to go here in the first. Williams in the pistol, trips right, one left, tailback behind is White. Williams, option play, and he's immediately rocketed. He pitches it right, and the ball is loose. Picked up by White. No, he can. And now it's the dive on top of it. There's still a scrum for it. I'm not sure if White got it. It's backed up to their own 31, but who has the football? Well, White was trying to pick it up and run. He never maintained control of it. Had the dive on top of it. It looks like he did eventually fall on top of the football, but a monumental loss. They had the ball right at midfield, and a 19-yard loss has them back at the 31. A rocketed hit there from Williams. He pitched it out to White. It was a high pitch, and by the time the tailback was able to dive on top of it, it's 19 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And those are the risks when you run read option. If the pitch is bad, it can lead to a big loss like it does there.
On 3rd down in a very long while, Williams has to get to the Jersey Shore 47. He takes a snap to throw. Screen pass left side. Schroeder unable to make the completion. It's incomplete, and now 4th down in a very long while. You'd imagine the punting unit comes on here.
And I want to go back to that pitch. The reason why those pitches are so risky, because you saw Williams there. He tried to pitch it late. He originally wanted to run, saw Harrod coming right up the middle, tried to pitch it, but when he gets hit before the ball comes out, that forces it to go well over the head of White. A good job by White to be able to fall on it. But when he went for it originally, he tried to pick it up and run with it. You get taught by a coach, if it's a fumble and it's on the ground that far back, you're not going to make a heroic play more than likely. Just dive on the ball. White, a good job to recover. Still luckily ends up getting the football, but a near disaster there for the Millionaires.
So a drive that started with an interception from Tevin Williams to put them at their own 43. They went backwards 12 yards and will punt it away on 4th and a while. Ungard will send it end over end. It'll be a short punt, takes a Williamsport bounce inside the 35, and will be downed at the 31-yard line. That is where the Bulldogs will operate with 8 minutes and 8 seconds left on the clock here in the first quarter. Jersey Shore scoreless with Williamsport. And now questions to be asked, I would say, from both offenses after their opening drive. Both offenses starting a bit slow here early on.
And you're less worried about both these offenses because the reason they both had to punt or lost possession was because of otherworldly plays. Jersey Shore, just an unfortunate tip that leads to an interception for the Millionaires, a bad pitch. I don't think there's any reason to be concerned yet.
First play from scrimmage, Pauling, option play, tries to go left, takes it himself up the middle, tried to get anything he can as he was stopped just a yard past the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down. So after the 1-yard gain, 2nd down and 9. Just under 8 minutes left to go here in the first. Two tailbacks. Pauling takes the snap, handoff here, a weak side. Takes it upfield to the 35 and wrapped up there at the 36. Williams involved there on the tackle. The quarterback on the opposite side of the ball makes the stop, but not before a 5-yard gain.
And that's what Jersey Shore wants to do now on 3rd down. Typically, I'm not an advocate for running on 2nd and long. They do a good job there to make it a 3rd and manageable.
So 3rd down and 5. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. Blitz coming. It's picked up. He fires towards the right side, and it's intercepted again. Picked off at the 42. He was stopped from the line to gain as the interception was made by Trey Schroeder. It was a leaping pass looking for Ryan Schroeder, got in front of it, and on the interception, forward progress will mark the Millionaires at the Jersey Shore 41. A second interception on the day for Pauling. It's his first multi-interception game of the season and of his career.
And that one, just an unfortunate read there. He has Reinhardt coming in on a 10-yard out route. When he runs that ball, he's trying to hit him right as he breaks. He throws a little bit late. Cornerback does a good job to jump it and leads to the interception.
On 1st down and 10, 3 receivers set. Williams in the gun, takes a snap. Blitz coming. Williams throws right side, wide open, but it's incomplete. Would have been a 1st down. Braden Ungard, the intended target, and that one just slipping through the breadbasket.
Yeah, that one there, he was wide open, not a defender within 5 yards of him. Like you said, just a concentration drop there. He looks up the field before he looks the ball all the way in. Because of that, kind of bobbles it a bit. Luckily, no Jersey Shore defender there to take advantage, but just an unfortunate drop.
Connor Yingling closest in coverage, 2nd down and 10. The Millionaires without a 1st down yet today. 7.5 minutes and change left in the first quarter. Trips right, one left for Williams. Tailback behind is White. Williams to throw. Screen pass right side. Catch is made by Ungard this time. Takes it outside the numbers. Past the line of scrimmage inside of the 40. Sheds a tackle out of bounds and is rattled out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Clock still running. 7 minutes and counting left in the first. And with that 5-yard reception, it'll be a third and manageable.
And just a bit of a confidence throw there for Williams. Able to get his receiver in space on a screen pass, get him up the field, make it to about 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. And now you have the whole playbook open. You can run it with Williams if you want. Maybe try to set up a 4th and short if you can't pick up the first down, or you can try to get it through the air.
They receive the play. 18 to snap for Williams in the pistol. Trips left, one right. White is the tailback behind the quarterback. Jersey Shore showing blitz here on 3rd and 5. They do blitz. A quick throw left side. Catch made by Schroeder. Takes it upfield to about the 35, but that won't be enough for the first. A couple screen passes in a row here for the Bulldogs defensively. Luke Ryan on coverage made the stop just a yard past the line of scrimmage. It's 4th down and 4, and a big decision for the Millionaires here. They have yet to have a first down, but they have 2 turnovers defensively. And do you try to play risky here?
I feel like you have to pay off how your defense has played. You forced 2 turnovers. It's a 4th and short. I feel like you have enough confidence in your offense. You go for this and try to get a big score first.
On 4th and 3, left side 35. Trips right, one left. Williams in the pistol, White behind the tailback. Big play here early on. Williams, and now this is going to be called back. It's a false start. Giovanni White moved early. And on a false start, that's going to complicate matters here as White was anticipating to go in what looked like a running play, but back him up 5. It'll be a 4th down and 9. Williamsport now at the Jersey Shore 40.
And now's where you punt. But you mentioned it, White just got a bit ahead of himself there. I don't know if he was trying to run it or if he was trying to get out to run a route there, but for Williamsport now, you certainly have to punt it.
So on 4th and 9, Ungard will send it away. He is spotted at his own 46. It would have shaped to be another opportunistic possession that has gone for naught here for the Millionaires. Ungard receives the punt, sends it into the coffin corner near side. Fair catch was made there by Pauling, who lets it go into the end zone for a touchback. And a lot of opportunity there for Williamsport, but now 2 drives. They've yet to even record a first down so far.
When this is what we saw for Jersey Shore last week, when their offense struggled early on, their defense kept getting their opposition off the field and kept giving their offense chances until they were able to find the rhythm. So far, playing out the exact same way here, but for Jersey Shore, they just need to limit the turnovers. You would say it would be an upset if Williamsport were to win this game, and the way you get upset wins is win the turnover battle. Right now, they're +2.
First play from scrimmage for the Shore. Pauling in the gun to throw. Looks left side. He's going to fire it deep. One-on-one coverage, and it's incomplete, but a flag is down, and that is play acting if I've ever seen it from Carson Watkins. The ball was overthrown by about 10 yards from my view. The cornerback was Joseph Walker. Watkins played for the contact there on the overthrown ball, and he got the pass interference. That is just gamesmanship from Watkins, and it worked out to their favor.
And those are some of those balls, especially when you have Watkins running a go route, that it's really hard to tell. Because if it weren't pass interference, the pass would have to be deemed uncatchable. The question is, was Watkins hindered enough? That throw was about 10 yards downfield. Was he hindered that he couldn't get there? The rest decides it was enough to throw the flag.
The penalty puts him to the 35 and a 4-receiver set. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap, play fake, looks right side. Catch made by Ryan on the screen, sheds a tackle, gets outside the numbers 40, and it's tripped up from behind at the 45-yard line by Williams. That one is right at the line to gain, but the referee near side signals for a second down. A 9-yard reception for Ryan on the screen.
And a good job there again. These are just confidence-building throws for your quarterback. Throw the screens, throw the short passes, allow him to build up some confidence after back-to-back turnovers.
On 2nd and 1 and 5 minutes left in the quarter, they hand off Seacrest, takes it upfield right at the 45. That is the marker required. Great open field tackle. That was made there from my view. That looked like Anthony Manley that got involved. Also Landon Long. But Seacrest getting the yard needed, and that will be enough for the first with 5 minutes left in the first quarter of play.
And just some good power running there from Seacrest, able to get up, and that's what they use him for.
They go quick, a pitch on the outside for Seacrest, room to go, past midfield, outside the numbers 45, extended the arm for the first down, and that is going to be enough for it to the 43. A great option play from Pauling to Seacrest, and that puts them in Millionaires territory. The running game seems to be strong this evening for the Bulldogs.
And as I was saying, what they use Secrets for mainly is to be that power runner. They want him to get going up the field, use his strength, his advantage.
And on first down, they hand off again to Secrets. Gets by the initial wave inside the 40, 35 for the first down. Has some Millionaires ahead of him and will be brought down past the first down marker at the 30. It was just a case of what almost looked like an RPO there from Pauling. Decided to hand off to Secrets, got by the initial wave. The defensive backs for the Millionaires were playing very far behind, eventually making the tackle, but not before a 14-yard gain. And now on 1st and 10 play fake. They throw right side. Catch made by Ryan on the near hashes to the 25. He's got space. It is wrapped up from behind past the first down marker inside of the 20 to the 19. Luke Ryan getting it done, making the stop. Eventually there for the Millionaires on that near side was Cardoza Minor, but an 11-yard reception for the first.
And they love their screen passes. They run them a lot. Another one there. Get Ryan out in space. Let him use that athleticism.
On first down, they hand off against Secrets. Cuts to that weak side, past the line of scrimmage, and wrapped up at the 17. And it seemed like the Bulldogs this entire drive has been moving downhill, trying to put an end to that. Making the stop was the captain, Anthony Manley, who made the tackle 2 yards upfield.
Sport just keeps stacking the box here, trying to stop the run.
On second down, another option. Pauling takes it himself, gets by the wave inside of the 15, breaks another tackle to the 10, and is going to be shoestringed inside of the 5 to the 3-yard line. Nolan Pauling looking shifty there. Kaysen Ulmer saving a touchdown, but it'll be goal to go for the Bulldogs.
Another option play there. Pauling had Secrets trailing him. The defender crashed on Secrets. Pauling saw it immediately, ran it right up the field, found a big gain to set up 1st and goal.
And on 1st and goal at the 5 left side, Pauling in the gun, hands off to Secrets. Flag is down as he lunges towards the end zone. It looked like he got there. It is a touchdown, but a flag is down, and we'll see what this is going to be on.
Certainly looked like it's going to be called a hold there, as I think it was on, might have been one of the Jersey Shore receivers holding down the field.
It looked like an initial touchdown, as the flag had come in pretty early on in that play. Secrest looking for another score. It would have been his 10th touchdown of the season, but called back for holding. It'll be 1st and goal back at the 9 with 3.5 minutes left in the first. Still scoreless. Trips right, 1 left. Pauling in the gun, this time hands off to the tailback, takes it inside the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. And that one looked very simple in the end as Pauling took it himself and took it to the painted turf. It is rushing touchdown number 6 of the season for the sophomore quarterback, and the Bulldogs strike first here in Billtown.
And when they're running those read options, it's really a lose-lose situation. Either you force him to pitch it, or you just let Pauling run up the middle. A good job there. Read the defense, take it right up the gut for the score.
Passetti's point after has the distance and splits the uprights, and good. So a bit of miscues offensively for the Bulldogs on their first 2 drives, but it was the 3rd drive, the 3rd time lucky. But nothing lucky about that drive. A lot of gains on the ground, and it was capped off by the quarterback, Nolan Pauling, who took it into the end zone for a 9-yard rushing touchdown that has Jersey Shore up 7-0 against Williamsport, and that is a drive that will spark confidence.
And again, this is exactly what Jersey Shore wants to do. They want to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, whether it be with their quarterback, whether it be with Secrest, whether it be with Harrod. All 3 of those guys are such a danger with their legs that it forces Williamsport to play up, have everyone stacked up on that last play, 9 in the box, and they still weren't able to stop it. And what that opens up is those deep shots down the field. They're going to look for Carson Watkins again and again down the field. We've seen it so many times this season. He's going to make some of those circus catches down the field. This is how Jersey Shore wants to set up the game. I'm interested to see how they pay it off later.
We are being treated to a gorgeous backdrop here at STA Stadium. The sun setting, a orange and blue crescendo in the backdrop, almost as pretty a sight as Nolan Pauling when he's in the open field. Couple big runs for the quarterback that has the Bulldogs up 7-0, as this one is bounced, 1-hop fielded at the 10 by the Millionaires. He takes it 15, 20, bounces outside 25, shakes another tackler to the 30, and will be wrapped up at the 32-yard line. Williamsport, they're going to feel hard done. Couple early chances created by the defense, but none bearing fruit, as the return from Giovanni White gives them sizable enough territory to the 31-yard line.
Well, I think they're going to back it up. The ref on the far side threw a flag on the kickoff. Looks like it might be going back on the Millionaires.
And you have to say, another mistake there for Williamsport. They were unopportunistic with their first couple of drives. I'm sure that's a word. And now they are the protagonist of their own misfortune here. As you called it, a penalty that'll back them up to the 22-yard line left side. That's where they'll start the drive.
And those first two offensive drives are just backbreaking. When your defense forces 2 interceptions, gets you the ball in plus territory time and time again, and you're not able to pay it off, it's just really hard on their offense. I'm interested to see how they respond on their first full drive of the game.
1st and 10, left side, 22, 3 receivers set, 2 tailbacks with Williams in the gun. Williams reading some signals pre-snap. Now takes the snap to throw. Looks right side. He's got a fire slant round. It's caught. And just shy of the first down marker to about the 29, a 7-yard reception. Quick catch, quick snag, quick tackle. The receiver, Braden Ungard, with his second reception of the day, 2nd and medium.
That's just pitch and catch there. Ungard running a short little slant route, able to break open. Jersey Shore likes to play their cornerbacks off a bit, allow receivers. They'll be able to get those 5 or 6 yards. Those will be there all game. Can the Millionaires take advantage?
So 2nd down and 3. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Williams in the gun with 2 tailbacks with him. 2.5 minutes left in the first. Bulldogs up 7-0. Williams, hard count, looks left side, now takes the snap, takes himself option, pitches right side, stiffened arming a man there was the tailback, takes it to the first down marker. This one's going to depend on the spot.
A really late pitch there from Williams. Threw it about the last second he could, but a good job there by the running back White to get into open space and get just enough for the first down.
It was actually Ashton Thomas on that occasion with the carry that got the 4 yards required. Or rather, third time lucky, it was in fact White that had that carry in the end. My apologies there, Ryan. So just over 2 minutes left in the first, and it is the first down of the day for the Millionaires. Trailing 7-0, they have it at their own 32. Trips left, 1 right. Williams in the pistol. White is the tailback behind. Movement from the Jersey Shore line. They get back in just as they take the snap. Quarterback power towards the right side, trying to get it upfield, but he's going to get stopped for a big loss. Cash Herod sealing the B gap on the left side of the defensive line, and it turns into about a 3-yard loss, the sophomore with the TFL.
And some tricky plays there from the Bulldogs defense. They start with 4 on the line. Last second rush Herod and Seacrest to where they're coming up the middle in a 6-man rush. They're able to fill the gaps. Seacrest took out the running back. That left Herod on the quarterback, Williams. A good job to make the tackle in open space. Force a 2nd and long.
Trips left, 1 right. Williams in the pistol. On 2nd down and 13 after the loss. He takes the snap, rolls out to his left to pass. Under pressure, avoids it. Goes outside the near hash, and he's just going to dump it deep down the field, and it's incomplete. The intended target on the attempted mossing was Kason Ulmer. It looked like initially he was just trying to throw it away, but Ulmer, who is much taller than Nolan Pauling, who is in coverage, nearly had a fantastic catch, but he wasn't able to get it in the grasp and inbounds.
And some good, that's a real coverage sack there from the Bulldogs. They're able to man up down the field, give their rushers enough time to force Williams off his spot. He has to roll out to the far side, like you said, just tried to throw that one away. Good team defense there from the Bulldogs.
He just kind of hoisted it away, didn't he? But it almost turned into a fantastic catch on 3rd down and 13. Trips left, 1 right. Williams in the pistol, takes the snap to throw, looks left side, has time, he's going to fire it deep, but nobody was there on the near side, outside of the numbers, it's incomplete. The closest receiver was Trey Damschroeder. There was also a route run by Braden Ungard, the slot receiver, and it was just one of those plays where it went to neither of them. Miscommunication from my view, Ryan.
Damschroeder looked like he was trying to run a 10-yard in route, come back to the football. I think Williams thought that it was a go route the whole way. He was trying to hit him right at about the Jersey Shore 40-yard line, and if Damschroeder kept running, I think he would have been able to get past his man. Just a breakdown in communication there from the Millionaires, and that forces a punt.
I'm being told by executive producer Dave Stratton, over 500 tuning in already here in the first quarter. We thank you for tuning in. It's Jersey Shore 7, Williamsport nothing, as Ungard is set to punt it away. One of the receivers on that route. Delay, and now a line drive kick. It's going to be one-hopped quite precariously towards the Jersey Shore 30, and will be down at the 31 by the, ironically enough, the other receiver who is in on that final play. Damschroeder downs it at the 31, and that's where the Bulldogs will start their 4th drive of the evening. The first 2 ended in interceptions. The third was a 9-yard touchdown run by Nolan Pauling that has the Shore up 7-0. We'll see what drive number 4 has in store.
And taking the lead early in the game is such a key thing for Jersey Shore. This is a war of attrition type team. They're going to run the ball a lot. They're trying to wear you down as the game goes on, so that way in the fourth quarter you are exhausted when you play this team, and to get a lead early is huge.
55 seconds left in the first. First play from scrimmage, a handoff to Herrick. Cuts it into the A-gap upfield past the 35. And actually, in fact, the near side referee will in fact spot the sophomore tailback at the 35 after a gain of 4. Rather, that was Seacrest who was on that carry. So Seacrest gaining 4, 2nd and 6. Time for at least one last play. In this first quarter, a 3-receiver set option play. Pawn pitches left side to Herrick. He's got space. 40 across midfield. He's got foot races to him, to the 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Jersey Shore. Cash Harrod, a 65-yard or dash to the outside, and it was just a race, a track meet on the far end, and there was no one catching the sophomore. A 65-yard score.
Well, Nick, you told me today that we learned that this running back duo has a nickname, Sonic and Knuckles. And Harrod, he certainly brings the speed, doesn't he? His nickname of Sonic fits him well, able to get to the second level there. And when he is there, he is a blue blur down the field. He was gone. A huge run for the Bulldogs to put him up 14.
Passetti's point after splits the uprights. Well, it was like Sonic on the dash, and he didn't lose any rings, did he? On his way to the end zone, he was untouched on the far side. And what a run it was for Cash Harrod, who is turning into a big money target. He's averaging just under 8 yards a carry this season. That run puts him just shy of 500 rushing yards on the year. This sophomore is different gravy, isn't he?
And both these running backs are. You look at Seacrest, the senior. He's obviously the first name you mention when you're talking about this Jersey Shore rushing attack, and for good reason. But Cash Harrod needs to be the next word out of your mouth. He has been such a reliable weapon for this Bulldogs offense. Not only able to give Seacrest a break, but also just such a change of pace back. Such a more faster running back than what Seacrest is. And Seacrest, to his credit, not a slow cat either. But Harrod is such a weapon for this Bulldogs team. He shows it off there in a big way.
Seems like he needs to get his running cleats on and go to the track on the far side and near side of the field. That is the type of speed he was running. So Passetti, 2 for 2 on point after attempts, makes it 14-0 Bulldogs, 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Nolan Pauling from 9 yards down, then Cash Harrod, 65-yarder, has the Bulldogs up 2 possessions. This one on the kick fielded at the 15. He takes it 20. Stutter steps, wait for blockers at the 25, takes it 30. And now the pile will congest at about the 35-yard line. Call it a balanced return from Giovanni White, a very patient one. And so with 15 seconds left in the first quarter, the Millionaires, who are, you'd have to say, looking internally a lot at why they're up 2 scores early, will get back on offense.
And this feels like a do-or-die drive here from Williamsport. And like I mentioned pregame, if they want to win this game, it's going to have to be in shootout fashion, meaning this offense has got to start stringing drives together.
1st and 10 for Williams in the pistol. Trips right, 1 left. Left side hash 35. The sophomore quarterback looking for some magic here in the dying embers of the first. Williams takes the snap, throws it right side. Catch is made on the screen. Ungard had to come back to it. Tries to get it upfield, and he'll be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Great containment there for the Bulldogs. The clock will run, and that is going to be how the first quarter of action ends at STA Stadium. The Bulldogs with 2 interceptions and somehow find themselves up 2 scores. It's Jersey Shore 14, Williamsport nothing. You're tuned in to Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
42 years serving you. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. We offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
And so it's 1 quarter down, it's 3 quarters to go here from STA Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Jersey Shore up 14-0 against the Millionaires. Tom Fleming and Ryan States are alongside me. I'm Nicolas Severini. 2 rushing scores in 2 very different fashions, Ryan, for the Bulldogs, who are making amends from their early mistakes in this contest.
We saw this last week with Jersey Shore as well. Just a really slow start. They had the slow start against Shikellamy. They went on to score 42 points. It's certainly they were on pace for that point. And those 2 turnovers, they're both kind of weird. The one was a tip ball by your own receiver that just happens to land in the hands of a defender. The other, just a miscommunication between the quarterback and receiver, pulling through it just a fraction of a second too late. Good job by the Millionaires to make them pay for it, but a good job by this Bulldogs defense to make sure to keep the Millionaires off the board, give their offense opportunity after opportunity, and once they get rolling, this Bulldogs offense, man, are they hard to stop.
1 yard loss ended the first quarter. Now 2nd and 11 for the Millionaires. Williams with trips left and one right. The quarterback takes a snap, pumps, tries to tuck it himself, bounces to the weak side, gets it to the 35, stiff arms a man and is out of bounds. At the 39, Cash Harrod escorted him out. It looked like that was initially a trick play, faking the screen, trying to go deep. Dan Schroeder made the route, but was guarded well. And I would say that's the best compliment, maybe the strongest part of this defense, astonishingly, for the Bulldogs. They haven't allowed a lot of deep balls this season.
And they're playing to stop the deep throw. Like I said, they're going to back their corners up. They'll allow you to get those 5 little yard gains, but a good job by the quarterback, Williams, recognize the play wasn't there, improvise with his legs, and pick up a 5-yard chunk.
3rd and 6, right side, 39. Williams with trips left and one right. Same formation as the last play. After the 5-yard rush from the quarterback, takes the snap to throw, rolls out to his left. He's under pressure, reverses back to his right. He's going to fire to the right side, and it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been a fantastic play from the sophomore quarterback. Dan Schroeder, the intended target. That ball might have been tipped on its way to the Williamsport junior receiver as an incompletion forces a 4th down and 6.
And that was Talon Loke there coming up the middle unblocked to put the pressure on Williams, forced him off his spot immediately. Williams had to run back, turn around, try to make a circus throw at the end, but a good job by that Bulldog front to get through, like I said, force him off his spot and force him to a punt.
So another drive ends with limited movement for the Millionaires and another punt. They have yet to get inside of the Jersey Shore 30 this night. On this night, that is. It was a blowout victory for Jersey Shore the last time they took on the Millionaires. A couple big plays from the Millionaires, halting what would have been a shutout, as Ungard will send this punt end over end. And no fair catch made at the 30 by the return man. Watkins shakes the initial gunner, takes it outside right. Now to the 35, gets outside the numbers 40 and is wrestled down in physical fashion to the 42-yard line. The eventual stop from Landon Long as the Bulldogs will operate this drive and start this drive at their own 43. A good return from Watkins and could have been a heart and mouth moment for the return man.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. It looked like the Millionaires were playing it as though he called the fair catch. They started to back off. Watkins made no motion there, and it allowed him to get a good gain on the kickoff.
2 receivers right, 1 left. 1st and 10, right side, 42. Taking the snap, pawing, option, pitches left side for Harrod. Tries to get to the outside seam, wrapped up from behind, and is wrestled down past the 45 to the 46. Well, Harrod did well to make something out of it. The stop made from Ungard after a gain of 4.
A good job there by Ungard and Millionaires. What Williamsport's doing now is they're running 3 linebackers here, all stop the option. 1 has Seacrest, 1 has Pauling, 1 has Harrod. A really good job there, Ungard, to get his man
Pauling
from behind.
to throw, it's a push pass for Seacrest. Has some room and then immediately gets vanquished. A yard past the line of scrimmage. Jaden Parker with a very aggressive tackle to the right side. It's not easy to tackle both Seacrest in the open field, but Jaden Parker made it look a lot simpler. That was a fantastic stop.
Yeah, just grabbed him right by the shoulder pads and was just able to sling him and throw him to the ground.
Playing a little backyard football here. 3rd down and 5. 1-yard push pass reception from Seacrest. Makes it a 3rd and manageable 90 seconds into the second quarter. Bulldogs up 14-0. Pauling in the gun. It'll be a handoff to Harrod. Gets wrapped up from behind and down he goes. That'll be a loss. Giovanni White, the free safety, came in, plugged in the hole. And a 1-yard loss will prompt a 4th and 6 and a decision to be made. In fact, that might not have been Harrod on the run. That might have been the freshman Chase Ellison, the tailback, who is in the game now. And on 4th down and 6, it looks like he will exit as the punting unit comes on for the first time.
And the right decision here to punt with just how well your defense has played. There's no reason to give Williamsport a short field. Just punt it away, pin them back probably around their own 20, 25-yard line, force them to try to drive the length of the field.
They'll say he got back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, lost a yard. So 4th down and 6, Ryan to punt. 1 back deep to return. And now a stoppage. Just under 10 minutes left, a late substitution, I believe. The Bulldogs have taken a timeout, 2 remaining here in this first half. A lovely new updated scoreboard that we have. It's funny. We add a little bit every broadcast. That's the goal. With the equipment we have our own scoreboard for this. So we appreciate everyone tuning in. At one point over 500. I don't have it on me today, but over 500 viewers at one point at least tuning in. If you enjoy what you're seeing on the YouTube channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. The goal is 2,000 subscribers by the end of the football season, and hey, subscribing is free. So we appreciate all of your support. Tom Fleming on camera all season, Ryan States on color all season, and I'm Nicolas Severini here for Bulldog football on the Bear. After the Bulldogs use their first timeout of the half, 2 remaining, they will punt it away with 9 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock here in this first half. The tailback, Giovanni White, is set to return. Plot the ball down at the 47-yard line, middle of the park, right in the Millionaires logo. Ryan receiving the punt from his own 35 will send it end over end towards the coffin corner. White's going to let it bounce, takes a short bounce before being returned at the 12. He takes it 15 and is wrapped up at the 18-yard line. And I'd have to say, I've been very impressed this season with the way Luke Ryan has punted the football. I've seen college punters in the Division II level not punted as well as him. That one end over end. Another one inside of the 20 for Ryan this season. That's his 11th punt inside of the 20 in his 6 game played.
And, you know, we should tell you with how often this Jersey Shore team scores the football. They don't punt very often. So to have 11 punts inside the 20-yard line just tells you how magnificent of a year he's having on that end.
We hear some pleasantries from the Jersey Shore band all the way on the far side of the field as there were 2 footballs in play. Now with one, it's Williams in the pistol, 1st and 10 at the 18. 2 tailbacks and a 3 receiver set. Williams takes the snap to throw, fires left side and incomplete. And some more miscommunication for the Millionaires in the passing game, it should be noted. The intended target, the slot receiver, made a go route, and Williams was looking for a comeback.
And this passing game has really struggled so far. You mentioned it. By my count, they have 9 attempts now with only 2 completions in the game.
It's interesting. It was an incomplete pass, but the clock is still running on the scoreboard, and no one has noticed it. So we're going to keep it moving with 9 minutes left to go in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 right. 2nd down and 10. Williams in the gun. Set the pass, and the blitz comes. He passes a screen route. Ungar makes the reception, shakes an initial tackler, gets past the line of scrimmage, and is wrapped up at the 20-yard line. Not sure if anyone noticed the clock continue to run, but now with under 9 minutes left, it'll present a 3rd down and 9. And now the clock is stopping with the tackle made in the open field. So I guess we're going with the scoreboard here. 3rd down and 9. Ball spotted at the Millionaire 20. They are looking for what would be, on my count, just their 2nd first down of the first half. Williams receiving the play from the near sideline. Now gets into his set on the left side, hash 20. Trips right, 1 receiver left. Now the clock running. 15 to snap for Williams. Looks to throw. Rather, it's a reverse. Back to the receiver, Schroeder to the weak side. And now he's going to throw it deep. One-on-one coverage, and it is incomplete. Oh, a trickeration there from Michael Pearson, the Millionaire head coach. It was a reverse play to Schroeder. Looked like he was running and then tossed it at the last minute to the receiver running a route on the far side. It was underthrown by about 10 yards, allowing the defensive back to come into play and bat it away for the incompletion. 4th down.
Yeah, that play looked like it was a designed pass from Schroeder, but he hesitated a little bit. He had his receiver Ungard open down the field, kind of just pump faked it there last second, was unsure if he was going to be able to get it there. Ends up last second just kind of heaving it up and lost some air on it, like you said, but Ungard almost made the catch. He had it in his hands all the way to the ground. It came out last minute. Nearly a fantastic catch, but for Jersey Shore, another good job of this defense to get them off the field.
Ungard will punt it away after the failed trick play. Received at his own 5 and now sent end over end. Fair catch made and bobbled by Pauling. He'll dive on top of it, though. None of the gunners were close to him. And he dives at his own 44-yard line in what was another moment for the Bulldogs where it was a bit shaky on the return. They've definitely been gambling against the Millionaires on the punt return so far. 2 out of 10. That wasn't 8:21 left to go in the first half, and the Bulldogs up 14-0 with the ball. Should be noted at this stage, the Millionaires will receive the ball to start the second half. The Bulldogs trying to firmly plant themselves in the driver's seat. They will certainly do so with the score here. So Pauling in the gun, 4 receiver set. Now a motion man comes right to left. Pauling will hand it off up the middle to the tailback. A high arcing tackle there as Sechrist went it down awkwardly to the 47-yard line. No flag thrown, so it was a clean tackle from Anthony Manley. We've been saying his name a lot on the defensive side of the ball. Second down.
Right now, I'm just looking to see if Williamsport, can they get any momentum? Can they get another stop here? This defense done a good job against the Jersey Shore offense, but their offense just hasn't capitalized.
On second down, another handoff. Seacrest tries to stiff arm a man, but another great open field tackle. That looked like a minor on that occasion. That wrapped him up just 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. You have to give credit to this Millionaires rush defense. They've stepped up late here in the last couple of drives.
And it's easy when you know that's what Jersey Shore wants to do. They're just going to run the ball, so Williamsport stacking 8 or 9 guys in the box at all times and counting on their linebackers to do a good job tackling in the open field when they weren't. That's what led to the touchdown drives. A good job here making the adjustments.
Connor Winters checks in on 3rd down and 5. Pauling to throw. Under pressure. He tries to avoid the rush, and down he goes. A late flag comes in as well, as he was wrapped up there for a sack. Anthony Manley wrapping up Pauling after some heavy pressure was applied by the line. But a very late flag comes in, and we'll see what this is going to be on.
And that was Division Dimchek there to get the sack. Was blocked up by the running back initially, Seacrest, able to get off the block, find Pauling in the backfield, and throw him to the ground. Certainly looks like a flag in this area would be on Jersey Shore, and if it is, they would be forced to punt.
They're going to wave the flag here. They wave the flag, so the sack stands. Manley bringing down Pauling, and a big stop by the Millionaire defense. It looked like the momentum was shifting where Jersey Shore would really take control of this game and go up 3 scores, but the Millionaire defense forcing a 3-and-out, and now the Bulldogs forced a punt. So now this one will be sent by Ryan end over end. White will field it at the 20. Shakes an initial gunner to the 25. A second, a third. Stiff arms a fourth past the 30. Down at the 31, but hold on. A very impressive return that goes for only 10 yards, but involved 4 broken tackles. Might require an asterisk as a penalty marker is down.
I'm wondering, could this be face mask there from the returner? He got his hands up near the face area of a Bulldog defender. Couldn't see who it was, but that flag came in from the far side referee. So I'm not sure if he would have a vantage point to be able to see that. As instead, they're going to call it a hold on Williamsport. And that's the second time already this game that they've had a good return nullified by a holding call.
And judging by the body language and the officials' recount, that is going to be the case here, Ryan, on the case as always. So with 7 minutes left on the clock here in the second quarter, Jersey Shore up 14-0, and the Millionaires with another consequential mistake there to negate what would have been an impressive return, but that face mask penalty, as mentioned, is going to back them up deep. In fact, inside of their own 10. They'll spot it at the 8-yard line, and a long way to go here for Billtown.
And when you have an offense that's struggling to move the ball like they are here, you cannot afford to have 20 yards taken back due to penalties on ensuing drives. It's just a backbreaker here. You need to give your offense some space to be able to work. If you keep backing them up, you're going to keep forcing these punts and keep giving Jersey Shore opportunities at the football.
Give credit to the Bulldogs. They have been playing a very buttoned-up game so far, allowing the Millionaires to make these mistakes. And now Williams on 1st and 10 in a 3-receiver set with 2 tailbacks. Takes the snap. Blitz coming under pressure. Hit as he throws left side. Catch is made at the 15-yard line. Damschroeder immediately wrapped up. It'll be shy of the first down marker. A 7-yard reception. Watkins there to bring him down. They'll give him an extra yard to the 16, so a 2nd down and short.
And a good job by Williams there to stand his ground. He had Harrod coming right up the middle, screaming right at him. He stood in the pocket. He stood tall, and was able to deliver the strike to his receiver downfield.
2nd down and 3 on the right side, 16. A 3-receiver set, 2 left, 1 right. Same formation here for Williams, who is in the shotgun. White and Naughton are the tailbacks. Williams to throw. Rather, no, it's a delayed handoff to the tailback. Cuts it upfield, but he's going to get brought down for a loss. And a mistake there. That was actually Joseph Walker, who is the new tailback in on the left side with White. Walker losing a yard on the forward progress. He was immediately brought down on that near side that was operated on that near side. On my view, that looked like Connor Yingling that got there first. 3rd down and 4.
That was a very delayed handoff there. I'm not sure if that was a read option that Williams just didn't know what to do with it.
3rd down and 4, backed up to their own 15. Williams in the gun, 3-receiver set, no changes in the formation. He takes the snap to throw, has time, now runs out of it, rolls out right, he's going to hoist it upfield, and it's caught! And he's got space across midfield, 1 man to beat, 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Williamsport! Ashton Thomas with the reception, and one of the most impressive and improbable throws you will ever see. Williams, as he was going to ground, just thrusted it into the heavens, and Thomas high-pointing it, and when he turned around and beat the defender, nothing but green turf ahead of him. The Millionaires needed a break, and they got one. Incredible.
And that was just a misplay there. It was Luke Ryan on coverage. Their one-on-one matchup with the receiver. That ball's in the air. He tried to swat at it, and he just completely missed the football. It let it land right into the receiver's lap. Thomas, he had good adjustment by him, didn't go out of bounds, recognized it right away, turned upfield, and went the distance.
And now Ungard on the point after. It looked like they had 12 men on the field there, Williamsport. They make a substitution. Someone prompted to check out. That was Ulmer. And now on special teams, some miscommunication here, and the referees are going to stop play here. Well, I think what Jersey Shore is arguing, as now a timeout is taken by Williamsport on the point after attempt. You never want that. But I think Jersey Shore is going to feel hard done by this. They wanted that to be backed up 5 yards because Williamsport broke the huddle with 12 men.
Well, Nick, I don't think it was 12 men. I think they had 11, and they thought they had 12 because when he ran off the field, the holder for the Williamsport was trying to usher him back onto the field. I think they had 11, thought they had 12, ran a guy off, and that's why they had to take the timeout so they could get their personnel on the field.
Well, there was a point in this game where this felt like maybe a low-drama affair, and the drama has certainly spiked in the last couple of drives. Jersey Shore unable to get a first down, punting from good territory, and then the Millionaires with a touchdown exceeding 80 yards, similar to what they did last season. Tevin Williams finding the receiver Ashton Thomas for a long score. And now the point after attempt to make it 14-7. The holder is the running back, ironically enough, Giovanni White, who was looking to try and get that extra man back on the field. But after the timeout taken, now the point after attempt. Snap, hold, and kick on the way, has the distance, and is true. So Williamsport cutting the lead to 7 against the Bulldogs. Jersey Shore, how many questions do you really ask at that case? It was maybe a freak accident, a freak play. Do you call it that, or is there something worth discussing here from that Bulldog defense? We just talked about a couple drives ago, call it the commentator's curse. They don't allow big plays, but it's now the second week in a row where they've done just that.
And that was just a mistake there by the safety. Again, those deep balls are really hard because you have to kind of judge where it's at because you don't want to just straight up go for the tackle because there's a chance that Thomas makes the catch and it's still a 30-yard gain. He tries to swat the ball away and just completely whiffed on it. That's one that you chalk up to just a mistake there. Unfortunately, it leads to the long play because Ryan was the last man back. There was no one else back there. But with how well your defense has played, you can't criticize them too much. You just chalk that one up to it's just an oopsies and you just move on.
And now you turn offense, turn to offense. For the Bulldogs, what do you want to see on this drive that still has 5.5 minutes left in the half?
Well, that score does put pressure on the Bulldogs offense because you mentioned Williamsport gets the ball during the second half, does that play, gives their offense some momentum. If you're Jersey Shore, you need to find a way to drive down the field, get another score, go back up 2 possessions so you can feel a little bit more comfortable going into the half.
So with 5.5 minutes left, this one will be sent away by Williamsport, let into the end zone at the goal line for what will be a touchback from Carson Watkins, and the Bulldog offense coming back onto the field.
And they still have time with about 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. If they want to run the ball, they have time to do so, but Williamsport done a good job at the adjustments. They've stopped the run here on the last few Bulldog drives. I'm wondering to see if now is when they try to take another shot down the field. They've only had one that led to the turnover. They haven't tried it since. I'm wondering if they're going to let Pauling let loose here.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left in the half. 1st and 10, trips left, 1 right. Pauling with 2 interceptions in the first half. Ball spotted, Seacrest in at tailback. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. Quarterback power up the middle, has lead blockers, 25, first down to the 30. Wrapped up at the 35, keeps the legs moving all the way out to the 37-yard line for what was an emphatic opening play of the drive, going for the first down. Manley and Ryder there on the stop.
And this Jersey Shore coaching staff is nothing if not stubborn. They know what they want to do, and even if it's not working, they're going to stick with it no matter what.
1st and 10, Pauling this time option. Pitches right side, Seacrest has a seam on the outside. It gets closed down as he takes it upfield just shy of the 40-yard line. Been very impressed with the way the Millionaires have been able to seal the edges so far in this game. That time it was Giovanni White forcing a gain of just 2.
And going back to their play calling, like I said last week, against Shikellamy, the run wasn't working. What did they do? They just kept with it, and eventually it found its groove again. Looks like they're doing the same thing here. No matter if it's a gain of 1 or 5, they're just going to keep the ball on the ground.
2nd 8, right side, 39. Pauling this time to pass. He's going to throw it upfield. He's got a man on a step, but it's incomplete. Just slightly overthrown there was the intended man, Connor Winters. Winters, who's been involved heavily in this game as it's progressed, the sophomore, had a step on the defensive back, but the ball overthrown.
And that was the play they were setting up. That's why they keep running the ball. They wanted to set up that deep shot. They had Winters down the field, just not able to find him there. Pauling and Winters couldn't connect on it, but they had the shot they were looking for.
On 3rd down and 8, 4:42 left to go in the first half, a 4-receiver set. Pauling in the gun, the throw, rolls out to his left, under pressure, fires that left side, caught by Watkins, and he's got the first down right at midfield. Watkins on that comeback route. How many times this season have we said that? Walker bringing him down 10 yards up the field. They needed 8. It's a first down at midfield.
And we've not seen a lot of Watkins in this game. They haven't been throwing the ball a whole lot, only 6 or 7 attempts so far in this game. They look to Watkins there, and he finds a first down.
1st and 10 at midfield. Pauling, handoff. Seacrest has a gap, closes. He stiff arms a man into Williamsport territory and down at the 46. Tough running there from the senior tailback as he picks up 4, we'll call it. And now a stoppage in play here.
I'm not sure if that stoppage is just to respot the ball or somebody called a timeout.
Not sure. Might have been a substitution and injury timeout that is prompting a change as Anthony Manley, who's been the lead tackler for the Millionaires tonight, is forced to come off. 2nd down and 6. 4 receivers set. 2 lined up on each side. Pauling low snap, recovers, throws left side. Catch made by Watkins. Stiff arms a man outside the numbers to the 40 and is escorted out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Not the most favorable spot, but enough for the first down. Watkins, his 2nd reception. He's been a bit quiet offensively so far today, but that was his 2nd catch on the drive.
And these might be just throws that they're just going to give to Watkins, try to get him going a little bit, keep him happy as they look for that shot to him down the field. The shot, I was surprised it initially went to Winters. I wonder if they're going to look for him down the field.
1st and 10, Pauling, push pass, caught by Seacrest, and he's got space to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, escorts himself to the 5, and he's in! Touchdown, Jersey Shore! Bo Seacrest on the push pass, able to get it into the secondary, and now run the defensive backs into the end zone.
Well, we mentioned Heritage Sonic. And right there's Knuckles. Seacrest to get to the 2nd level, stiff arms the guy, pushes him off of him, and is just able to find his way to the end zone. A good play there, and they love that little shovel pass. They start Pauling running up the field, and then he just kind of pitches it last minute to get his runner about 5 yards of room to run with, is able to find the end zone.
The extra point, Passetti, that one trickles in towards the right upright. And Jersey Shore on a drive that lasts less than 2 minutes ends in 7, and this time, it was Nolan Pauling, technically through the air. It is counted as a pass to find Bo Seacrest on the push pass from about 40-plus yards out. Seacrest, a lot of room on that right side, Ryan, to operate. Great blocking up front and upfield to make it happen. But there was a bit of quality there in Seacrest, his ability to outrun the defenders there as Knuckles gets his score.
And like you mentioned, even though that is the nickname he was given, he is fast as well. He does a really good job, but when he gets to the 2nd level, it's his field vision that is most impressive to me. We saw it there. He takes the route to the far side of the field because, well, that's where no Millionaires defenders were. He starts up the middle, cuts it to the outside. There is a defender there. He was able to just put his hand right into his chest, get him off of him, get enough space to find the end zone. But this running back duo of Herod and Seacrest is maybe the best in the conference and one of the best in the state. Those two are just a fantastic complement to each other.
And by the way, a shout out to Chris Massey. He was the one that uncovered that the nickname of Sonic and Knuckles for Bo Seacrest and Casher. And I should be noted, we don't know who is who, but I don't think it takes a lot of imagination to realize who is who. Harrod being Sonic and Bo Seacrest being Knuckles. But hey, Knuckles can run too, as we've learned. This one is pushed on a kickoff, fielded at the 15. He'll take it to the 20 with a lead blocker, upfield to the 25, middle of the park, and wrapped up at the 26-yard line. So back and forth we go. A couple scores in as many drives. Williamsport getting the big gut punch, but the Bulldogs recovering well, recovering off the ropes, and getting it back to the painted turf for the third time this half. They lead 21-7, and it was Pauling, Sechrist, and Herritt all getting the scores. I wouldn't call them unfamiliar names for the Bulldogs this season.
And how many times have we seen that so far this year, that when their opposition gets a score, this Jersey Shore offense always finds a way to respond? It's maybe the thing I'm most impressed about with this team is their resolve.
A 1st and 10 at the 32. Williams bobbles the snap. Going to try to take it himself on the power, and he's got space. 35-40 has the first down. 45 across midfield. He's got a seam. 40, 30, 25. Breaks the tackle. 20. He's going to go. Touchdown, Williamsport. 68 yards, and there are no flags. 2 big money plays and as many opportunities for the Millionaires. And all of a sudden, this slugfest has opened up into a dogfight here in Billtown as Tevin Williams took it for 68 yards. And the Bulldog defense surely asking questions now.
And that looked like a broken play. Williams bobbled the snap. Looked like that wasn't a designed run. Williams last minute, because of the time he lost with fumbling the snap, just decided to take it and run. All the Jersey Shore defenders were turned looking down the field. Williams got about to the 10 yards up the field before any Bulldog defender was able to turn around, and from there he just used his speed to get to the second level and was gone. A good move, put on a Bulldog defender right at about the 25-yard line to cut back into the middle of the field and find a lane. But back-to-back big plays, like you said, from the Millionaires, and man, are they right back in this game.
Well, how does that happen? Simply from a defensive standpoint, from a bobbled snap and a broken play. You know, there is a saying called out-kicking the coverage, where you kick a ball so well that you allow the returner to have time. It might have been a case where the defenders for the Bulldogs, weren't they trying to go to the outside on their rushes, and they outran the bobbled snap, didn't they?
Yeah, they were running a contain with their 2 edge rushers, which means they're not focused on getting to the quarterback. Their job is to hem him into the pocket. And the way a good quarterback beats a contain is you go up the middle. When they're doing that, they're not collapsing the pocket as much as just kind of trying to hem you in so you can't escape to the outside. Williams, a good job, just runs it straight up the middle. There were no linebackers there to contest him. And with his speed, once he gets to that second level, he's hard to bring down.
I've been told now over 600 tuning in on the Bear Country Sports Network YouTube channel, now including the excellent viewers tuning in on radio or on the BearCountry999.com website. We appreciate you on YouTube tuning in. Leave a like and subscribe. The Bulldogs, though, not liking what they're seeing, it has to be said. A couple big plays conceded, and now the lead is down to 7 once again with 3.5 minutes of an extended first half here in Williamsport. This one will be bounced at about the 2. This is going to be forced to be fielded. It takes a Williamsport bounce. Fielded at the 5. Everyone stopped except the return man. He takes it 20 to the 25. Tries to reverse back up the middle. Will be stopped at that 25-yard line. And another complicated, I should say, moment on special teams for the Bulldogs. A flag came in very late, way away from the play. The returner, I believe it was Watkins, wanted to let it go in the end zone. It bounced up the 3 and just died at the 1. So he was forced to return it, took it to the 25, but now a flag has put everything in flux.
Yeah, you kind of saw Watkins there. I'm not sure if it just stopped or if it hit him in the leg, because I saw him kind of look down at the ball and start to panic and realize he had to pick it up. A good job there, recovered and even get it out to the 25-yard line. But I think it was a hold here on the near side. I couldn't get the number, but it was a Jersey Shore holder. It was way up the field, held. It looked like it was the kicker of Williamsport, was trying to keep him away from the play, and that's going to back them up to their own 15.
It's an unnecessary penalty, isn't it? And so first down and 10 on the right side, 15. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in the half. Bulldogs up 21-14. Pauling rolls out left to throw. Comeback route, catch made by Watkins to the 25. First down to the 30. And wrapped up at about the 32-yard line, and that has been the old reliable in the last couple of drives. Carson Watkins is doing very well to create separation from defensive back Trey Damschroeder at the moment.
Watkins is such a threat for this Bulldog team. When you're running the ball a lot, you don't get to see him as much. Jersey Shore now trying to get him involved.
On first and 10, they'll keep it with Pauling. Tries to bounce it outside, shakes a tackler, flag is down, cuts it upfield to the 30. He's getting by 1, 2, 3 defenders, past the 35 and down at the 38, but this could be negated by a penalty marker that looks like a holding call. It came early on as Poling was starting his excellent run, and it will, in fact, be holding.
Yeah, and that's on the right tackle. Isaac Shirley matched up against Millionaires defensive end Jaden Parker. Parker got an initial win on the rush. Shirley just trying to keep him away because Poling was rolling out to that side of the field. Shirley would just kind of grab Parker, was trying to hold him off as long as he could to give Poling a lane to the outside. Ref saw it right away, threw the flag, and backs him up.
So on the hold from Shirey on that 10-yard penalty, it backs him up to a 1st down and 20. 4 receivers set. Poling in the gun, claps his hands, takes the snap, screen pass left. It has to be a diving catch, and it's incomplete. Broken play from the start there from the Bulldogs, it has to be said. It's again Connor Winters. They have been really targeting this sophomore Winters, who's yet, on my count, to have a reception this season. Clock stops 2:44 and a 2nd down and 20.
A beneficial drop there if you're Jersey Shore. Winters went to ground with the ball. If he catches that, that's a loss of about 1 to 2 yards. A good job there by Winters to ironically not make the catch.
A 4-receiver set, 2nd and 20. A delayed handoff. Seacrest has space up the middle. Shakes a tackle to the 35. Another to the 40, and he's loose. It's a foot race as he gets met at the 49 and is wrapped up right at midfield. An impressive run by Bo Seacrest, turning nothing into something, turning mildew into barbecue as Williams brings him down just shy of midfield. A sensational run from the senior.
And that's just a classic halfback draw. They initially look like they're going to throw it. Forces the Millionaires linebackers to back off as they try to back up in coverage. Last second, gives it to Seacrest up the middle. No one in Williamsport is expecting a run on 2nd and forever, and they get a big 1st down.
Trips left, 1 right. Pauling's going to run this again, gets past midfield, and he's got space. 40, 30, 25, 20. He's got the reservations for 6. Touchdown, Jersey Shore! Nolan Pauling, a 51-yard score! It is a touchdown frenzy here in Williamsport. Pauling from 51 yards out takes it into the end zone.
Just a quarterback blast right up the middle. Pauling runs right up the gut. No one there to stop him. Gets to the 2nd level. Nearly got caught there at the end by the Millionaires corner. He had just enough left in the tank to reach it across the goal line for the score.
Oh my goodness, score after score after score, and the point after, the cherry on top. As with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, it's Jersey Shore 28, Williamsport 14. Not 2 minutes left in the game, 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. It's just been an incredible offensive showcase for both of these teams in a very frantic, high-scoring 2nd.
And we have now seen 3 scores in the last minute of game time here for this game. But on that touchdown, a really big credit to the interior of the Bulldogs offensive line. Braden Swales, Mason Larson, and Nate Thompson. The last 3 Jersey Shore touchdowns, they've all been runs up the middle, and that is because those 3 have done a great job matching up against the Millionaires' front 4, creating those open lanes in the run game. And on that one, I mean, you could have driven a Honda through the lane that they were to open up there in the middle of the field. Pauling took advantage, and like I said, he was as good as gone.
Win the first half and drive off in a Hyundai. That's what Nolan Pauling did there, a 51-yard touch. Another rushing touchdown for the sophomore quarterback. That puts the scoreline at 28-14 with Jersey Shore ahead. Passetti, 4 for 4 on extra points. That's an underrated big factor in this game. So with just over 2 minutes left, they will send it away on the near side 40. This one, a blooping kick that is returned at the 15. He takes it 20, 25, 30. He's got space to the 40. Sheds a tackler and is pushed out of bounds at midfield. And a heart and mouth moment again for the Bulldogs on special teams, as neither defense has been able to plug the leaks in so far. And that extends to special teams as Williamsport will have excellent field position at midfield.
And there, the last line of defense, Passetti, the last line there, was the one able to push him, the returner, out of bounds. But sets Williamsport up at their own 49-yard line, or rather they'll back it up to the 47. But with this offense, this Millionaires offense, they've built some confidence. Back-to-back big plays for touchdowns. Will they try to go back to the well, try to get another shot down the field, or are they going to try to slow things down?
1st and 10, left side 47. A 4-receiver set. Williams to throw on 1st down. Steps up in the pocket, and down he goes. On the edge rush, it's a 3-yard loss. That looks like Connor Yinling territory, and it is him getting the sack.
And Williams reading the left side of the field. They had 2 receivers run 5-yard in routes, kind of stacked right on top of each other. Williams Looked like there wasn't enough space to get the throw in there. Last minute, tried to bail out and run, but just gets brought down.
It was like an all-new Kia Forte, wasn't it, from Connor Yinling, plugging it in and getting forward for a decisive stop. 2nd down and 13 on the left side, 44. 4 receiver set. Williams again to throw, under pressure, fires right side, and a diving catch, and he paid the price at midfield. Luke Ryan laying the hammer on the receiver, Braden Ungard, who somehow held on to it. 5-yard reception to midfield with just over a minute left. Williamsport with 2 timeouts remaining. They're going to let the clock run. It'll be a 3rd down and 6. Not a lot of trust in this offense, it seems like, with the clock still running.
Well, on that last play, Ryan and Yingling, they made a Braden Ungard sandwich. They both came in at the same time, knocked him up into the air, and threw him to the ground. Real credit to Ungard to complete that catch, because that is not an easy one to make.
Still a good reception, a 3rd down and 7. Williams with 4 receivers. He's going to take it himself. Quarterback power, bounces left side. He's wrapped up just a yard past the line of scrimmage for a 1-yard gain. Isaac Shirey on the stop, a 1-yard pickup on 4th down and 5. What do you do? 38 seconds left and counting.
I think here you run the clock down. Well, Jersey Shore looks like they're going to take a timeout, so they can't.
Well, no, there's a stoppage, an injured player, an injured Williamsport player that stops the clock with 34 seconds left in this excellent first half of play that we have seen at STA Stadium. You're listening to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network. Tom Fleming and Ryan States alongside me. I'm Nicolas Severini. Ryan, try to break down what was a calamitous second quarter defensively for both teams.
What's just been the story of the big plays with these two teams. The Millionaires taking advantage of 2 big ones. A 91-yard touchdown catch from Ashton Thomas on what looked like nearly a prayer throw that he was able to come down with and find the end zone. Then Bo Seacrest responds, a 42-yard touchdown run on or catch of his own on a shovel pass. Tevin Williams, a 68-yard touchdown run. Then Nolan Pauling immediately following a 51-yard touchdown run of his own. It has been the home run ball that has provided the last 28 total points of this game. But as I was going to say on that last play, if you're Williamsport, 4th down and 5, the clock was running. You could have snapped the ball with about 10 seconds left. I thought they would keep the offense on the field, snap it at the last second, throw a ball up to the end zone, maybe something happens, and then go into the half. But now an injury forces the clock to stop, and now you think they're going to have to punt this away and maybe give Jersey Shore a chance with 31 seconds and 2 timeouts to find another score.
Caden Fluke, the starting right tackle for the Millionaires, escorted off the field. He got up on his own strength. He's being tended to by the medical staff. On 4th down and 5 at the Jersey Shore 48, Williamsport set the punt, and now the clock runs. The clock runs. There's a 10-second differential, and it looks like the Millionaires are going to see this quarter out. They're going to have to punt it with about 10 seconds left, but Jersey Shore not trying to go to the craps table, and now they're going to look the punt. It's a fake. It's a fake punt. Ungard takes it to the left side past midfield. 45 right at the first down marker, and he's got it. He's got it with 11 seconds left in the first half. A fake punt. Ungard took it to the 43 of Jersey Shore. He needed the 43 for the first. He took it rather to the 42. A 6-yard run by Ungard, and now the Millionaires might try a Hail Mary here to close out this first half.
That's a curious call there. I love going for the fake in that spot. Caught the Bulldogs completely off guard. But if you're going to run the fake, why not run it immediately? Run it as quick as possible to give yourself enough time to maybe get some more offensive plays off. They still run 20 seconds off the clock and really take a field goal out of the picture, as they probably just have to go into Hail Mary.
At least one play, maybe 2. Williams rolls out to his right to throw. He's under pressure. It's a screen pass left side, and it's incomplete. Clock stopped with exactly 6 seconds on the clock on what looked like initially like a Hail Mary, then another trick play to look for a screen on the far side. Giovanni White, the tailback, was the intended target as the pass was overthrown. It was covered. It was almost a throwaway from my view. 2nd and 10, and at least one more play left for the Millionaires. If they try to be cute, they do have timeouts to use. They could try to get something maybe 10 yards up the field to set up a more potential on the Hail Mary.
Yeah, this would be one where if you want to go for it, just run a little 5-yard in route, get it to your receiver as quick as possible, because Jersey Shore is going to back up, call a quick timeout, and maybe get you into more comfortable Hail Mary range.
Williams in the pistol, trips right, 1 left to throw. He's going to send it deep, looking for the Hail Mary, one-on-one coverage, and it's tipped and incomplete. There are zeros on the clock. Watkins batted it away, Ungard the intended target, as Watkins gets the deflection. He didn't pick it off. He batted it away, and there will be no time for another play. Well, it looked like Pearson, the head coach, was not happy that there wasn't enough time, but the clock is at double zeros. And so the first half concludes. Jersey Shore 28, Williamsport 14. With the way that second quarter was going, you never knew how it was going to end. But in the end of the day, the Bulldogs up by 14. You'll take that advantage going into the break.
Especially with your defense giving up the two big plays. It really felt like that they might be tied or just up one score going into the half. A good job by their offense to respond and keep this at a 14-point lead, which is how it's been through most of the game for Jersey Shore. But credit to Williamsport as well. A good last drive there. Their coaches, they're pulling out the trick plays. They're going deep in the bag. Coach Pearson pulling out a fake punt, tried a fake screen there. They've tried some other trickery, a wide receiver pass. They're going deep into the bag of tricks to try to pull out a win.
So a half, that has seen a total of 6 touchdowns, has the Bulldogs up 28-14 against Williamsport here at STA Stadium. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Now's the time to reserve space for your pup at Sweet Dreams Pet Resort on Sunrise Lane in Mill Hall for this fall and winter. Individual indoor suites for your best friend featuring raised dog beds, grooming on site, air conditioning, radiant heat, and an outdoor playground. Take advantage of weekday doggy daycare, 570-377-0340. Fully licensed and insured, fully staffed with on-site security at all times. Online at sweetdreamspetresort.com and on Facebook. Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, where we treat your dog like family.
It seems like there's an automotive parts store on every corner, and they all probably have the part or product you need. But do they know what you need? And do they know they have it? For automotive parts and knowledge, come to the automotive parts store that has automotive experience, Napa Auto Parts. The staff at Napa Auto Parts has the experience to answer your questions and make sure you get what you need. Napa Auto Parts, Hogan Boulevard, Mill Hall, and Bridge Street, Jersey Shore. Napa Auto Parts, Central PA's trusted source for automotive parts and knowledge for generations.
A proud supporter of the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, TLC Fuels is a family-owned local business. Established in 1998, TLC Fuels serves residential, farm, and commercial customers from their Jersey Shore location just off of Route 220 at the Pine Creek exit. From fuel oil to diesel fuel and gasoline, TLC Fuels has thrived on a consistent dedication to you and your family. Call 570-753-5722 today.
Think about the last time you thanked yourself for something. Maybe it was that me time you took last Tuesday, or finally learning Italian. Want to do something you'll really thank yourself for later? Start creating a plan for your financial goals today. State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt is here in Jersey Shore to help you build a plan that will set you up for success. The earlier you start planning your goals, the better off you'll be. Call State Farm agent Jason Eberhardt today, 570-865-5191. Then, thank yourself later. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
B.A. Meixel for local residential and commercial electrical contracting. With over 15 years serving central Pennsylvania, B.A. Meixel has built up relationships with hundreds of home and business owners in Jersey Shore and beyond. Trust B.A. Meixel's trained electricians for all of your needs. Take advantage of their industry-leading guarantees. Call 570-398-7837 today to find out more. B.A. Meixel Electric, proud supporter of Jersey Shore sports.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
Welcome, Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films to Lock Haven. Located at 20 Bellefonte Avenue, featuring handmade candles plus everything from dog treats to 3D printed vases, all handmade products. And Tightrope Films, where Thomas Fleming looks to give your wedding or other special event a special look. Content for clients at an affordable price. Visit today. Creek Unique Candles and More and Tightrope Films, open 10 till 6 Monday through Saturday. 570-244-6882. Find them on Facebook.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your local Erie agent is Brigandy, Gleghorn, and Hafley. Get a quote today.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Always supporting the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, it's the Twilight Diner in Loganton, open 7 days and featuring a full menu, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and daily specials. So good, people ask for their food by name, and they bring that great taste on the road with the Twilight Diner on wheels. And now at this area's newest venue for weddings, reunions, and gatherings, Miller's Barn in Tylersville. Hold your next event in the middle of Amish country. Twilight Diner, 603 North Mill Street, Loganton. 570-725-3911 for takeout.
Fred Ham Disposal has proudly served the community with residential and commercial trash removal for the last 55 years. They're a family-owned company that cares about the environment and their customers, providing extensive trash removal and recycling options. Their fleet of trucks provide reliable pickup service, and they give you a chance to pay your bill online. Fred Ham Disposal, here for you. Call 570-398-1814. Fred Ham Disposal.
Get ready to hit the road with more great trips in October through Susquehanna Trailways. On the 5th, the National Zoo in D.C., Tioga Downs Casino on the 14th, and the live stage performance of Noah at the Sight and Sound Theater on the 25th. Shop early, November 11th, the King of Prussia Mall. Call Susquehanna Trailways 570-322-5361. Check the Susquehanna Trailways Facebook page and susquehannabus.com for more info. Hit the road with Susquehanna Trailways.
Bear Country 99.9 FM.
Halftime here from STA Stadium, Williamsport, and Jersey Shore. You're tuned into Bulldog football on the Bear Country Sports Network. The Bulldogs up 28-14 against the Millionaires. Ryan States and Tom Fleming alongside us. I'm Nicolas Severini. We're getting a look right now, by the way, Ryan, of the Jersey Shore Marching Band, and it has been a very busy day for Jersey Shore. I saw them leave when school started today at the high school at about 9 in the morning. They went to the Bloomsburg Fair, which, if you don't know, locals in the area, is one of the biggest fairs. I actually went there on a field trip a couple of days ago. They bring in upwards of 60,000 people a day on weekends, even on a smaller turnouts, around 40,000. They were performing today, and now here they are. I saw the bus pull in about 2 hours before kickoff, performing once again here at the Millionaires Stadium, at STA Stadium. I got to tell you, it's not an easy gig. It's not an easy thing to do that much in one day, but special credit to everyone on the Jersey Shore Marching Band. Their terrific work, as always, as they perform. It's the first time we're able to see it because we're used to being in the visitors' press box, but a wonderful show at that. So on to the action, onto the field, Ryan, and certainly some theatrics to behold of. Jersey Shore 28, Williamsport 14. How in the world, that was close, how in the world did we get to that score line?
Well, there's been a lot to go through here. Nolan Pauling started us off the day with 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter, a 9-yard touchdown run to put the Bulldogs up 7-0. Then on the ensuing drive, Cash Harrett cashes it in from 65 yards, a 65-yard rushing touchdown to end the first quarter as they go up 14-0. Then the big play for the Millionaires. Ashton Thomas, a 91-yard touchdown catch to put the Millionaires on the board, 14-7. Then Bo Sechrist responds, a 42-yard touchdown run to get the Bulldogs back up 21-7. Then Tevin Williams on a broken play, a 68-yard touchdown run to get it back within one score. Then right before the end of the half, Nolan Pauling said, I see your quarterback rushing touchdown. I raise you a quarterback rushing touchdown, a 51-yard scamper of his own in 2 minutes and 15 seconds left at the end of the half to get us to our score now of 28-14.
Well, Ryan, I apologize for making you run out of your breath. I hope you're able to catch it because it is now time for our out-of-town scoreboard with about 10 minutes to go until the second half begins. A lot of scores, notably a lot of blowouts, though, throughout the landscape here in central Pennsylvania. What do you got, Ryan?
We have a blowout here to start in Cole Township. Shamokin up 34-0 at the half over Selinsgrove. Shikellamy only a 14-0 lead right now over Central Mountain as the Wildcats look to try to fight back into that one. Southern Columbia up 35-14 over Danville. Mount Carmel taking it to the Hughesville Spartans 41-0 as they start the third quarter. Mifflinburg, the Wildcats up 28-0 over Milton as they approach halftime. Warrior run up 49-0 over North Penn Mansfield as they get ready to go into the halftime break. Lewisburg and Loyalsock, one of the few close ones, tied up at 7 apiece at the start of the third quarter. Athens and Willsboro, no reported score yet as we wait to see on that one. Bloomsburg up 41-0 over the Midwest Mustangs going into halftime. Central Columbia down right now 42-0 against Montoursville. And there's the games we have on tap. Like you mentioned, a lot of blowouts. We have not sure the Athens score to see what that game is at, but right now there really is only a few close games with Shikellamy, Central Mountain, obviously us here with Jersey Shore, and Williamsport and Lewisburg and Loyalsock being the only true contest it looks like so far.
And in terms of the standings, we're going to hope for an Athens-Wellsboro score quickly because Athens in 4th place in the District 4 Quad A standings. It's Shamokin in 1st. They're expected to win by a large margin. I'm already penciled that as a win. The Shore in 2nd. Shikellamy is in 3rd place. They haven't been as convincing, maybe, I would say, in the 14-0 score against Central Mountain, as that Central Mountain team is getting better and better, isn't they, as the season's progressed. And then you've got Athens, Selinsgrove, and Columbia, Montour, Vortec rounding out the District 4 Quad A standings. We approach second half kickoff, and that is coming up when we return. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
Reliable. That word sums up Hollick's Coal & Oil in Jersey Shore. Stocked and ready to go for fall and winter, Hollick's is a phone call away, 570-398-1190. A fixture in the community for the last 75 years. Hollick's Coal & Oil will fill you up shortly after you call. Hollick's Coal & Oil, 248 Locust Street in Jersey Shore. Hollick's Coal & Oil, 570-398-1190.
Fall is calling and adventure awaits. This is Graham at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, and we're rolling out unbeatable deals as the season turns. Save thousands and choose from top brands like Forest River, Winnebago, KZ, and Intech RV in a great selection of floor plans. At C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV, we believe in transparent pricing, no pressure sales, and absolutely no hidden fees. Visit us in the Pine Creek Valley or online at chwaltzoutdoor.com. Adventure awaits at C.H. Waltz Outdoor and RV.
Life moves pretty fast, and so does technology. So we should be proud that after over 40 years, Reese's Print Shop in Lock Haven still provides excellent work for everyone in Bear Country. So many other print shops have closed their doors, but Randy Reese still offers digital and offset printing at competitive prices, and they're fast. Reese's Print Shop, 7 East Main Street, Lock Haven. Stop in, email Randy at Reese'sPrintShop.com or call 570-748-6528. Reese's Print Shop. See what we can do for you or your company.
New home, big dreams, real life plans. You're saving, you're doing the best you can. You need a friend and a helping hand. Journey Bank, Journey Bank.
Since 1925, Erie Insurance has been providing protection. Auto, home, life, business, and flood insurance. Annuities, too. Get a great price and the service you expect from your local Erie agent, Fager Insurance Agency in Lock Haven, serving the area for the last 57 years. Find out why over 90% of Erie Insurance customers renew year after year. Call 570-748-3570 to get a free quote. Fager Insurance Agency, 511 East Church Street, Lock Haven.
Cutting Edge Country, WQBR, The Bear.
Charles Construction is a full-service site development contractor performing all phases of residential and commercial work. Excavation, foundations, sewer, water, and underground utility installation. Paving, too, also working with the natural gas industry. Community-oriented, Charles Construction supports the Jersey Shore Bulldogs. Call today, 570-753-3595, located in Avis at 858 East Central Avenue. Charles Construction, serving the community for the last 54 years.
You owe it to yourself to come into Kleiny's Home Furnishings, Route 150 between Woolrich and Avis, and find out for yourself why generations of happy customers keep coming back, keep coming home to Kleiny's. Quality, value, service, selection.
And Kleiny's offers free delivery and 6 months same as cash.
Right. That's why it keeps our family coming back, coming home to Kleiny's. Online at Kleiny'sFurniture.com.
From mowing to harvesting and taking care of snow, Daughter Equipment just south of Mill Hall on Route 64 has what you need to get it done. Want to keep your home warm and cozy? Check out the Crown Royal Outdoor Furnaces. If you're cutting your own firewood, Daughter Equipment is your steel dealer. Daughter Equipment for Kubota, Honda Power Sports, Suzuki, Land Pride, steel, trailers, and accessories. See it all now at Daughter Equipment, just south of Mill Hall on Route 64. Visit us online at daughterequipment.com.
Hey, it's Giveaway Jay from Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. August was a great new car month. We exceeded Kia's objective, which is great news. But now I have over 100 pre-owned vehicles in stock, serviced and ready for immediate delivery. Rates are coming down, banks are getting aggressive and approving loans like never before. Alexander Kia, 933 Broad Street, Montoursville. At alexanderkia.com. And remember, we're taking the deals the other guys won't.
Looking for a great time in Avis? Head to Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, the friendliest place in town. Grab a cold beer or malt beverage, soak in the good vibes, and meet the amazing bartenders and friendly crowd. Challenge your friends to PA skill games or shoot some pool. And yes, smoking is permitted. Family owned for 49 years, you'll find us at 111 West Central Avenue in Avis. Open 3 to 10 Mondays, 11 to 10 Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and 11 to 11 Fridays and Saturdays.
WQBR 99.9 FM.
And welcome back into STA Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. You're tuned into Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network. There is a slight delay with the 3-minute clock that is now resumed, so we might take a miniature break before the second half begins. But the scoreline reads, Jersey Shore up 28-14 against Williamsport. And in fact, Ryan, I think we could keep it here because we have things to plug, including tomorrow. We're going to be right back at it. And for the first time in 3 weeks, Ryan, praise be, we don't have a long road trip. You know, we had Delaware Valley for Jersey Shore 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, we had Indiana, Pennsylvania. Last week, we had California, Pennsylvania. This week, we are back at home. It is Lock Haven for the first time in 3 weeks at home as they take on East Stroudsburg in their PSAC debut for 2025, the first PSAC game of the Joe Battaglia era as the Bald Eagles, who have been outscored 84-16 off the top of my head, will look to make amends against the Warriors. Coverage starts in that one at 11:30 with the Haven Nation show that you can also check out Tuesday nights and on the Bear Country 999 YouTube channel. The pregame live from Hubert Jack Stadium starts at 12:30 with a 1 o'clock kickoff. Ryan, that's expected to be an interesting game, we'll call it.
Certainly one, you said their PSAC East debut. Interested to see how the team looks tomorrow. But again, if you want to give our thoughts on it, make sure to listen to the Haven Nation show pregame as we break down that game, talk about what happened against Cal PA, and also look ahead to that game against East Stroudsburg.
Well, we want to hear your thoughts about this second half, Ryan. Williamsport will receive the ball. What do you think is going to be the big factor in this one for the Bulldogs to get another win in a row, their second win in a row, and solidify themselves as at least one of the top two teams in the Heartland Athletic Conference this season? What's it going to take?
Well, they have to stop the big plays. That's the way that Williamsport has found their way back into this game. They have not yet, as their offense, been able to sustain a long drive. They scored 2 plays on the opening drive of the game that gives them their 14 points. Not able to sustain any drives. They haven't been able to convert on any third downs right now. They've not had a conversion on third down yet. Obviously, they do have the one on fourth down thanks to the fake punt, but they also need to be ready for Williamsport to try to pull some more trickery. Like we said, so far the game, we've already seen a reverse to a receiver pass early in the first quarter, a fake punt, a fake Hail Mary that turned into a screen pass. Williamsport has not been shy to go deep into their bag of tricks. I wonder if there's anything that Jersey Shore is sitting on that they might use on offense to get some creativity to try to respond.
As both teams go into their final huddles, Williamsport meandering their way towards the near sideline. Jersey Shore special teams are already stationed into their huddles on the far sideline. Ryan States having a battle with some of the insects that have permeated themselves up here in the top of the STA Stadium press box. Tom Fleming looking cool and calm as ever. He must have lit up a Creek Unique candle prior to this one. Creek Unique Candles located in downtown Lock Haven, your home, your destination for candles and more. That's Creek Unique Candles, open weekdays and weekends. Had that with no script, I should say, that time, Ryan. I'm getting really the hang of it. Here come the Bulldogs. They will kick in white from right to left. Jaden Passetti stationed on the near side, hash 42, are back deep to return. Here for the Millionaires, the primary return man has been notably Giovanni White. He is expected to field this on the near side. If it comes to the far side, Trey Damschroeder looks to be standing over from his own 8. As Jaden Passetti steps about 7 yards back from the football at his own 40-yard line, steps up to it on the near side and sends it away, and we're back underway here in the second half. White returns it at the 10, 15, 20, bounces outside of the numbers, approaching the 25. Will be stopped shy of it to about the 23, escorting him out of play. And special teams looked like Timothy Lope. And now returning are this Williamsport offense, who, give them credit, they have come to life and have stayed in this game with their offensive attributes. 2 big money plays, one from Tevin Williams on a carry, and the other with him throwing in the air to Ashton Thomas. A couple big scores for them.
And those big plays, when you have a first-year quarterback and a true sophomore in Tevin Williams, those big plays can really be the confidence builders that this offense needs to get him going.
First and 10, 23. Williams in the pistol, 4 receivers set, 2 each side. Takes the snap, looks right side to throw, under pressure, down he goes! A loss back at the 20, and it's Talon Lope, who's been applying pressure all evening long, getting to the quarterback for the sack.
Lope just left in single coverage against the center, Owen Newcomer, able to blow past him, gets Williams right away. And when you have a mobile quarterback, the best way to pressure them is up the middle. Lope's done a good job this game applying pressure up the middle, collapsing that pocket, does it there, and is able to find a sack.
A 3-yard loss and an empty backfield to set up a 2nd and 13. They're making some changes here. Braden Ungard coming into the game. There's another receiver change. Now Ungard's being pulled by the quarterback Williams and is being told to come back to the near side. A lot of miscommunication. They still have 13 seconds to snap. Williams is getting a new play call. They need to get busy. Now 8 seconds to snap. It's trips right. It's 1 left. Can they turn it into something? Williams to throw. Going to tuck and run it. Flag is down. Works to the near side. 25, 30. Gets the first down outside the hatches. 40. And now to midfield and is pushed out of bounds by Cash Harrod, and midfield, and all of that looks to be going the other way in illegal motion that negates an excellent play again from Tevin Williams. I tell you, this quarterback is something special, but it's the laundry that has subsided him on that one.
Yeah, Williams there controlling the chaos. Like you mentioned, it looked like Williamsport had no idea what the play was. They changed it with about 10 seconds on the play clock. Everyone got lined up. I think it was the running back who kind of motioned over a little bit late, and that's what gets them the illegal formation penalty and takes away what was a huge run from Williams.
I tell you, it's plays like that that makes me think I could be good at the horse track. A 5-yard loss, just with the amount of things happening there, a lot of the chaos. So with the 5-yard loss, it'll be a 2nd down and 18. The loss coming on a penalty, so no loss of down.
Maybe
and they're going to get into a similar, maybe. Storage Wars coming soon. Trips right, 1 receiver left. In fact, there's a flanker on the right side as well with Williams in the gun. Takes the snap to pass, looks over the middle, dumps it off right side. It's incomplete, and he had a man wide open. Oh, he had a man. That was Giovanni White, the tailback who was lined up as a flanker. Had him as well as Ashton Thomas to his right open on the near side. And I tell you what, he makes that catch. He's in the end zone.
Yeah, White and Thomas, they both ran a little bit of delay route. They started off running horizontal and then both turned up vertical at the same time. Thomas about 5 yards ahead of White. I don't know if Williams kind of threw it right in between both Williams or Thomas and White, and it just kind of hit no man's land.
3rd down and 18, trips left, 1 right in the pistol. Williams, tailback behind is White, as mentioned. Williams will take it himself, tries the option, is going to fling it to White, who makes it at the 50. He lost the football. It's picked up by Jersey Shore at the 10. A diving intervention on top of the football was Isaac Shirey. A monumentous mistake for Billtown, and the Bulldogs will have 1st down and 10 at the Williamsport 10.
And that was just a really late pitch from Williams. He threw it away last second. They were lucky that wasn't a fumble there on the pitch. White got upfield, the ball got ripped out, and Isaac Shirey, I'll make sure to get his name right this time, falls on the fumble and gives Jersey Shore the ball back. And now a costly turnover there from Williamsport.
On 1st and goal at the 10, Pauling takes it himself on the option, breaks a tackle in the backfield, gets upfield for a gain. They'll call it maybe 1.5. As Pauling went to ground. 10.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It was a fumble recovery from Isaac Shirey that got them here, 2nd and goal. Shirey with a forced fumble this season, now a recovery, and now on 2nd and goal. They hand it off weak side. Sechrist with a seam. Sechrist to the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. Bo Sechrist with another rushing touchdown. It is the 5th time today that the Bulldogs receive a crib call, and they lead 34-14 with the extra point pending.
And on that one, just good interior blocking of Sechrist. There was no resistance there as he crossed the goal line. I don't even think anyone touched him as he just waltzed into the end zone for the score.
I'd say, how about the left side of the offensive line making the difference as Passetti's point after has the power and is good. 5 for 5 is Jaden Passetti on extra points. The Bulldogs up 35-14, a 21-point advantage, their largest of the day.
Yeah, and this offensive line for the Bulldogs in general, give credit to all 5 of them. Talon Lope, Braden Swales, Mason Larson, Nate Thompson, and Isaac Shirey. They have all done such a good job because Jersey Shore, they've tried to run it right, they've run it left, and they've run it up the middle. And no matter where they go, more often than not, they're giving them good blocking up the field, and it has led to them carrying for probably over 4 yards of carry so far in this game. That offensive line deserves a lot of credit to be the catalyst of this running game.
So it's just over 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Bulldogs 35, Millionaires 14. A drive that started Jersey Shore at the Williamsport 10 due to a lost fumble on a pitch. Giovanni White couldn't receive it. Talon Lope, or not Talon Lope rather, he was in on a sack that backed him up, but it was Isaac Shirey that recovered the fumble. And then 2 plays later, they were in the end zone with a Bo Sechrist score from 8 yards out. That has the Bulldogs striking first and striking early here in the second half.
And a big difference in this game, Williamsport forced 2 turnovers, got no points out of it. Jersey Shore forces 1 turnover and immediately turn it into 7 points.
Jersey Shore has scored 40 or more points in 4 straight games. They're on pace to make it a 5th straight as this is blooped. A bobble on the return. It finally picked up at the 15 by White. Takes it to the 20. You can hear the contact from up here as he's wrestled down at the 22-yard line. And a fired-up Jersey Shore special teams unit was there on the tackle. Jacob Gee and Grayson Willits involved there on special teams. And now the Williamsport Millionaires offense back in soul-searching mode, down 35-14 against the Bulldogs.
And it looks like Jersey Shore, they've adjusted how they're going to tackle these defenders because you mentioned Willits. He reached for the football. He was trying to rip that ball out of White's hands. Second time in a row they're trying to do that. It looks like this defense trying to be a little bit more opportunistic and try to create turnovers.
1st and 10 on the right side, 22. Jersey Shore up 21. Williams in the gun. 2 twin tailbacks and a 3-receiver set, 2 right, 1 left. Williams takes the snap, keeps it himself on the outside, sheds a tackle in the backfield, takes it on the outside numbers, upfield to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 27. A long play there, right to left from Williams. He did turn it into a positive gain before eventually getting escorted out of bounds to the far side of the field.
Good job there from Jersey Shore, though, to kind of block off up the field. Williams, who was going horizontal for a long way before he was able to cut up and go vertical. A good job to kind of wall off, not allow him to get up the field, force him to keep running to the outside. The sideline is your friend. It's almost a 12th defender at times. As you see it there, Williams just has to go out of bounds.
Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Same formation, split out to the far side as Williams will keep it himself again. Gets to the outside edge. Had some pressure. He lunges forward. He gets to the line of scrimmage, but not much else. Bo Sechrist and Carson Watkins high-fiving each other as they both played a part as Williams went to ground. No gain on the play on another long play that went all the way to the near side but couldn't go north.
And again, just like you mentioned, they're not able to get vertical up the field. Williams is trying to find lanes to run through to cut up the middle. That's how he got that 68-yard touchdown run. Jersey Shore made the adjustment, and they're just not allowing anything up the middle.
On 3rd down and 5 to the right side, 27. Williams in the gun. 2 receivers this time on the weaker right side. 1 receiver on the strong left. Williams takes the snap, option play, takes it himself, takes it upfield, tries to bounce back to the left side. He's shaking tacklers, gets behind the line of scrimmage again. He goes back to his right, trying to make something happen. He's just going to throw it forward, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Bulldogs at the 30. Carson Watkins down at the 26. Another lay flag is down. There was an initial flag on the throw, and it looked like Isaac Shirey might have gotten involved with Tevin Williams after the play. So it looks like, on my view, An interception as Williams just threw it into the heavens and found the hands of Watkins. There was a flag as he threw the ball. It looked like a legal man downfield on my view, but then another flag right as Watkins went down. That looks like maybe unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, Williams there on that throw. Or it looks like there was a penalty also on Williamsport that Jersey Shore declines. Maybe these penalties might offset as there was some motion towards the Williamsport side of the field for that initial penalty. But going back to the throw there from Williams, Williams does a good job. It's a read option as he tries to slips 3 tackles, reverses field, ends up going back, and then tries to throw it deep downfield. I think that initial flag is going to be called for an offensive lineman.
It is going to be. So there were 2 flags. The first one, which was declined, was a legal man downfield, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Millionaires. So they accept it, and they put the ball at the 27-yard line left side. They never accounted for the penalty yardage on my view. And, in fact, they called the unsportsmanlike on Jersey Shore after the play, so my apologies. Illegal man downfield declined. Unsportsmanlike on Jersey Shore. I had a magic on Isaac Shirey, who said something to Tevin Williams that backs the Bulldogs up to the Millionaire 42-yard line, 15 yards, 1st and 10. The Bulldogs, though, getting possession. That's what matters most. Pauling in the gun, 4 receivers set, 2 left, 2 right. On the left side, hash 42. And we're still waiting for our head referee to continue matters here at STA Stadium. Sechrist is the tailback to the right side. Pauling is the quarterback. 8:56 left in the third. Pauling option play, takes the snap, pitches right side, Sechrist, and he's got a seam. Here they go, 35, flag is down as he's at the 30, and out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A flag came in early towards the line of scrimmage. Looks like holding from my view, Ryan, and that is going to be the case.
When I want to go back quickly to that last throw from Williams, just to kind of wrap up that point, the point I'm getting at here is when you're Williams, no matter how superhuman you try to be, you can't make those throws down the field because worst case scenario, you throw it away, you have to punt, and you maybe gain about 30 yards of field position there. An interception is just so costly, and that's the thing that comes with coaching, right? You just have to tell the guys you can't be superhuman. Don't try to be the hero. If the play's not there, just throw it away. There's always more downs to have, but you cannot give them an interception.
You really get the sense that things are getting chippy out on the field.
Yeah, and that's what that unsportsmanlike conduct was. I think he kind of gave Williams another push to the ground there at the end of that play.
So 1st and a long while. Pauling this time throws under pressure, goes backwards, throws it forward, and it's incomplete. Nearly intercepted on the defensive line by Williamsport. It was Kaysen Ulmer that had it slip through his hands, and that would have surely been a pick 6. A real dangerous moment there for Pauling, who already has 2 interceptions today.
Well, Nick, what did I just say? With the quarterbacks, you have to coach them. Don't be a hero on that one, Pauling. I know it sucks to have to take a sack in that spot, but a pick 6 would have sucked a whole lot worse. They're lucky that one didn't get house called, but if you're Pauling, you just have to eat it and go to the ground.
So 2nd and 20, Pauling option. He's going to take it himself, gets past midfield to the 45 and down at the 44-yard line. Cardoza Minor bringing him down an 8-yard gain, setting up a 3rd and manageable, but still a 3rd and long for the Bulldogs as they're in Williamsport territory to the 45.
Yeah, I'm wondering, are they going to try to run the ball here? They did it on a 2nd forever at the end of the first half, or are they going to try to run another draw play here?
3rd and 12, Pauling will roll out right to throw, under pressure, hit as he throws right side, diving catch made right at the sticks. They're going to say he made the reception on the far side. It'll depend on the spot. Ryan made the catch, and that's going to be a yard short. An 11-yard reception that'll set up a 4th down and 1 at the Williamsport 33. Right side, offense stays on the field. Here we go, trips left, 1 right. Sechrist the tailback, Pauling hands off to Sechrist, and there's a flag, and this will be false start. Oh, that is a monumental penalty, as Sechrist would have surely had the line to gain.
Yeah, you back up a 4th and 1 now to a 4th and 6, but I still think if you're Jersey Shore, I still think this is comfortable go-for-it territory here. 4th and 6, with how your offense has moved, you certainly would be able to pick up the 1st down. They've done a good job even throwing the ball here, as it looks like there is no motion for the punting unit on. They're going to stay on the field, and again, I think this is the right call.
4th down and 6 at the Williamsport 38. Trips left, 1 right. Same formation for Pauling. And a lot more movement, and another stoppage, another false start. This time on the right side of the line, and you can hear the Jersey Shore bench from here. They are not happy, and there's an offensive line change here as a result of it. Jake Bressler coming out, and I would only imagine he was the one that moved. Or actually, I'm not entirely sure, as now the rest of the offensive line unit changes as the punting unit comes on. Back-to-back false start penalties for the Bulldogs there.
Yeah, when it's 4th and 6 from your own 40, a punt's really only going to get you about 20 yards, so you're comfortable going for it. Get back up another 5, you have to punt.
This one is Ryan Coffin cornering a high arcing punt. Fair catch made at the 8. Diving catch made by the return man. Made an impressive catch to his credit. You have to give it to him. Giovanni White receiving it at the 8-yard line on the fair catch. That's the 12th punt inside of the 20. We're going to keep count of that for Luke Ryan because it is becoming a very important factor for Jersey Shore, especially late in ball games, as the Millionaires will start inside of their own 10.
You know what? Punters are people, too, and they deserve their credit where it's due, and Ryan has been such a weapon. You know, I keep using that term for him, a weapon for this Jersey Shore teams, but like I said, punters are people, too, and he has been a star on that side of the field.
Approaching the halfway mark in the third quarter, Jersey Shore 35, Williamsport 14. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Williams in the pistol, tailback behind is White. On first down and 10. Williamsport backed up deep again. Williams takes the snap. Handoff to White, bounces wrong way. He goes towards the goal line, cuts back upfield, takes a shot at the 4-yard line. Well, that was a designed outside run play for White, wasn't it? Saw nothing on the outside, went all the way back to his own goal line at one point, and took it to the 5 for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, it looked like it was a designed run up the middle. It got stuffed right away. White tried to bounce it to the outside. Kind of got pushed back a bit. You mentioned nearly backed up to his own goal line. A good job there, but though to get ahead of it and only make it about a loss of 5 yards.
Williams is set up at his own goal line. 2nd down and 13. Same formation. Looks to throw. Williams under pressure. He's going to fire it deep. He's got him in wide open, and it's incomplete. He dropped it. He dropped it. The intended target. That looked like Braden Ungard on the far side. He's going to get some heckling from the Jersey Shore fans. It was one to the back shoulder, and that one went off the shoulder pad on my view. That's one that you would imagine the Millionaires would want back. And if you're the Bulldogs, a big sigh of relief, especially up here in the press box, because goodness me, he was gone.
Ungard was open by about 10 yards. He absolutely cooked his man. I think it was Timothy Loeb there on the far side. A little bit of an underthrow from Tevin Williams, forced Ungard to try to adjust back to the ball, but that's one that he's got to bring in.
Same formation now, 3rd down and 13. Jersey Shore looks like they're setting the house, and they do. 7-man rush. Williams under pressure, gets out of the end zone, is going to try to tuck and run it past the line of scrimmage and down at the 8-yard line. Well, Williams made a very, very poor situation, only mediocre, as a gain of about 5 sets up a 4th down and 10. And that was always looking like a drive that was going the wrong way for the Millionaires, and Jersey Shore sparing blushes on that blown coverage, getting pressure to the quarterback. And that's going to force Williamsport the punt.
Yeah, the Bulldogs sent 7. They were going for the safety, trying to get aggressive. Good job there on the tackle. I couldn't see who it was. I think it was Cash Harrett, number 30, because if Williams gets past Harrett, he would have had an easy first down.
On the punt, low step, nearly blocked, as it's a line drive punt. Takes a couple hops, fielded at the 45. He's got space, 40. 35 Watkins, and down immediately at about the 34. Took a heavy hit in the process, as the Bulldogs will have great field position to the 34-yard line on a punt that was nearly blocked, Ryan.
And going back to that play that forced the punt, like I said, Harrett did a good job tackling Williams, because if Williams was able to get past Harrett, I think he would have easily had the first down. Harrett able to wrap up his legs and bring him to the ground. Forced the punt that you mentioned was nearly blocked, coming off the left side. It looked like Connor Yingling was almost able to get his hands on it.
Just over 6 minutes left. Bulldogs up 35-14 with possession. 4 receivers set. Pauling in the gun. Hands it off to Sechrist. Takes a weak side past the 30, inside the 30, into about the 29-yard line before being wrapped up.
Sechrist a good job there, just spinning off the initial tackle. Gaining 5 yards, but again, that's been the thing with this Jersey Shore offensive line. These runs have been about 5 yards at a time, and when this run game gets going, they're going to wear them down as the game goes on.
2nd and 5, Pauly takes it himself, bounces off a defender, takes it just shy of the first down marker before being upended at the 25. Lucas Naughton typically is the middle linebacker. We haven't seen a lot of him today, as Kaysen Ulmer made the stop, 3rd and 1.
Jersey Shore wonder if they're just going to go to a power run or if they're going to try to take a shot. Maybe plan on going for it on 4th down.
Tight end motions right to left. Pauling hands off Sechrist. He's got the first down and more inside of the 20 to the 19. A hip drive tackle by Ashton Thomas, stopping the senior, but not before the chain gain starts moving inside of the 20.
And that's the thing. When you see it in the second quarter, Jersey Shore struggling to run the ball, you wonder why they don't go away from it. This is why they just wear them down as the game goes on.
They go quick, an option play. It's Seacrest receiving it, takes outside the numbers 10, the 5. He's got the angle to the end zone. No, he's out of bounds. He stepped out. He stepped out at the 3. On my first showing, it looked like he had enough for the score. A near horse collar tackle on the near side, preventing the touchdown. 1st and goal inside the 5.
Oh, and how about the downfield blocking there from Connor Winters, seeing some of his first action of the season. Jacob Elevair matched up against the strong safety down the field, just threw his body into him, shoved Elevair about 5 yards off the ball and made the lane there for almost a touchdown.
On 1st and goal, Pauling hands off Seacrest, and he will waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. And for the 5th straight game, the Bulldogs have a 40-piece extra crispy. It is a 3rd rushing score for Seacrest. That was one of the easier ones of the evening.
Yeah, it's the 2nd one in a row where he just walks into the end zone untouched. There again, good job by the offensive line to give him the lane, and Williamsport just seems like they've been on their back foot this entire 3rd quarter.
Passetti's point after splits the uprights, and the Bulldogs lead by their largest score of the game, 42-14 against Williamsport with 5 minutes and 5 seconds left. And another very wide gap open. I'm telling you, he could have backpedaled into the end zone. It is homecoming weekend, notably coming up. I believe homecoming's actually tomorrow, and this is a bizarre one to me, Ryan. Homecoming week is next week, but the homecoming dance, I think, is tomorrow by my view. And I think Seacrest could have pulled out some of the moves to practice on the dance floor tomorrow with how big of a gap he had to score.
Maybe a bit of a moonwalk into the end zone there. I mean, he certainly had the lane for it. And that now makes 5 rushing touchdowns this game for Jersey Shore. You want to talk about dominance on the ground game. It doesn't get much better than that.
So 5 rushing scores. In fact, I have to put an asterisk to that one. One of them was a pass, but it was a push pass to both Seacrest, so it doesn't exactly count.
Well, that would be the 6th touchdown, actually. The 6th touchdown is the push pass. They do have 5 natural rushing touchdowns.
There you go. You got it. Ryan State's checking me up here in the
a
top of the press box.
A push pass
here.
is basically a run. I mean, I know it's credited as a pass because he does technically move it forward, but that's a run in all but name in my eyes.
Oh, very strong opinions about the push pass here. That's when you know the Bulldogs have a comfortable advantage, and they do in a big way. 42-14 against Williamsport, just over 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. This is very similar to the Delaware Valley game, but it should be noted, Del Val cut it to a 1-possession game. We'll see if the Bulldogs can make it more comfortable. It's an onside kick! It's an onside kick, and the Bulldogs have it! They have it at midfield. It looked like, on my view, an onside kick, or did it go off of the up man? I have to admit, Ryan, I was looking down at the scoreboard getting ready for the kickoff, and one of the return men has it. The Bulldogs get the football back.
Nick, that might be one of the most insane things I've ever seen. The kicker kicked it off the front up man, hit it so hard it bounced off of his leg, bounced right back to him as he's able to fall on it. That might be the most insane onside kick technically I've ever seen. He just powered it right at the up man. It bounces off his leg, and he's able to fall on it. That's insane.
Oh, my goodness. Have you ever seen anything like it? The Bulldogs with the back. And if they score here and get the extra point, they're in the mercy roll. Pauling, first play from scrimmage. He's looking deep. He's got a man open. It's caught. 10-5. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. And on one play, a 50-yard bomb by Nolan Pauling. And I believe it was Winters on the reception, and they're an extra point from a running clock here in the 3rd. An incredible turn of events here at STA Stadium.
Connor Winters, take a bow, good sir. That's the 2nd time he's able to get open downfield. Pauling doesn't miss him this time. Winters, about 5 yards of separation, left all alone. Pauling hits him right in stride, and an easy walk-in touchdown.
The point after to put it into the mercy rule, and it is true. 49-14 Jersey Shore with just under 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and not the second half that we anticipated here. But, I mean, it's happened so many times, Ryan. At this point, you can't really be surprised, can you? Because this is a Jersey Shore team that just wears you down. They've done it throughout this Tom Gravish era. And it seems extra pertinent, especially this season, because, I mean, they have just put the hammer down on some of these teams in the second half. Happened against Shikellamy. You could go even all the way back to the first game of the season against Dallas Selinsgrove a few weeks back. This is a war of attrition team, And the Millionaires are feeling that attrition here.
Well, and that's why they run the ball so much. That is their game plan. They run the ball early in the first and second quarter because they're just trying to wear you down. They're taking advantage of that in high school. A lot of these teams, Jersey Shore even included, have a lot of guys play both sides of the ball. So those guys, when you get to the end of the third quarter, start of the fourth, they are gassed. And that's what they do. They just constantly run the ball, force them to get tired, keep them tired early on, bruise their body, beat them up as much as they can, and when the third quarter comes, they light the fireworks.
A gust of wind, maybe signaling a change of the tides. Another kick that goes off the up man. There's a fight for it, and the Bulldogs have it again. They've done it again. Passetti hit it off the up man again. And for the second time, the Bulldogs have the football back. And at that point, if it happens twice, it's intentional, surely, Ryan.
If it happens twice, it's just as nice. And Michael Bayer has been the target of both of them. He just hits him. That one hits him right in the chest. He's not ready for it, because why would you be? Your job is to block. You're not ready for a kick to come your way. Hit him square in the chest. Passetti, good awareness, able to fall on the football. I've never seen that happen, and now I've seen it twice in a minute.
The last time this happened, they scored on the first play. Pauling this time hands it off. Flag on the field immediately, but he's losing. Sechrist 30, 20 to the 10, and in the end zone for a score. But a flag is down, and that's going to negate the penalty. And there's another flag after the play. Sechrist was celebrating it. Well, he didn't know that the touchdown didn't stand, and this is going to be a lot of penalty yardage. There is a flag on the Bulldogs for an illegal motion, and Sechrist celebrated in front of the Williamsport fans. The referee immediately threw the laundry, and this is going to be 20 penalty yards on the Bulldogs.
And as the boos rain down there from what I'm assuming is the Williamsport student section here on the left far side of the field. But yeah, that one is going to come back initially. The flag came in right away, and as Sechrist got to the end zone, a little bit of embellishment. I think he took his mouth guard out and threw it to the ground because he was picking up something there on the far side. It looked like it was his mouth guard that he chucked to the ground, and that's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty for sure.
So here's the double whammy of this situation, Ryan. Because it was an illegal motion, it happened during the play, so that penalty stands. And then a dead ball personal foul means it's going to count as well. So both fouls count. It'll be 20 total penalty yards, 15 for the unsportsmanlike, another 5 for the illegal motion. If you want one positive, because it's a running clock, the clock's moving this entire time. And I'm not sure how legal that is. I'm pretty sure even after scores, they stop it. But with the score not counting, the clock continues to run. It'll be a first down and 30 for Jersey Shore. And if they somehow turn this into a first down or more, you can pretty much put this game to bed.
Yeah, you mentioned it. They start that drive from the Williamsport 45. Now they're backed up to their own 45-yard line.
Now this is the issue because the clock continued to run, and I'm pretty sure the referee did not want that. The clock continued to run, and they're going to reset it because there was a touchdown technically to review. They're only going to add a minute, even though there's about 4.5 minutes left. So, hey, Jersey Shore still got 30 seconds out of it. And now I think the referee is going to add to that as well. Well, it's the debut of our scoreboard that myself and Ryan States have taken turns using, and, well, they're definitely putting us to task here, aren't they?
Well, it certainly is nice now that if it's a running clock, we don't have to worry about the scoreboard. We can just kind of let it go as the whistles go through.
Yeah, well, in the end, it was 4 minutes and 30 seconds. The referee still wants it to go up, and now it's down to 4 minutes and 4 seconds. And the referee, I think, just gives up. I think that's what we have just seen here. It was 4 minutes to 4:30. And now down to 4:04 as we adjust it.
Kind of just a shrug, close enough, right? Like, just keep going.
And now the clock can resume to run. First down and 30. Another handoff, this time the Sechrist takes it past the 40 to the 42-yard line. This is going to start at their 35. Took it to the 42 for a 7-yard gain. They need the Williamsport 35 for the first down, Ryan.
Yeah, well,
7-yard gain there.
With how this offense has moved, it's certainly not out of the picture, but looks like they might just try to run the ball. I'm wondering, we saw him take a shot immediately after the first onside kick. Do they try one here?
2nd and 23. Pauling, quick throw right side. Quick catch at the line of scrimmage. He'll attempt to wrestle down, able to hold on to the football as he shakes an initial tackler, and it'll be eventually put to rest at the 47. Reception on the far side by Luke Thompson. That will set up a 3rd down and 18. Couple medium-sized gains here for the Bulldogs, and now on 3rd down and 18. We'll see if they try to put something out of the hat. Should be noted Connor Winters is in the game on the near side. We have not seen Carter Reinhardt in this game. So it looks like Winters has fulfilled that role. Trips left, one right. In the gun, Pauling pumps and now fires it deep. He's got Winters! A diving catch at the 21. A first down, and the big money playmaker Connor Winters, the sophomore, has another sensational grab.
What a debut here for Connor Winters. Again, we haven't seen him much. He's filling in for Carter Reinhardt. And that's another one, the third time he's able to get downfield. And the reason for that, it looked like it was a bit of a blown coverage there from Williamsport. It was number 11, Tevin Williams, the quarterback.
First play, here's a handoff to Seacrest. Oh, he puts a man down to the ground of the 15, shakes off another 10, and lunges into the end zone for 6. Oh, that's a sensational carry by Bo Seacrest as he's into the end zone for the score. And it's the cherry on top of the cake for the Bulldogs. Seacrest has another. He is coming into an all-state athlete, and he puts another one past the Millionaires. It's 55-14. Passetti's extra point for the garnish to come.
And on that one there, Seacrest wouldn't be denied. Got his initial touchdown call back, said he still wanted it, and is able to get it.
Passetti puts another one on. That reminded me of Demir Green's score against Glenville State for the Lock Haven viewers. Bo Seacrest stiff-arming two different defenders. He put one on the ground like it was pregame chapel and got into the end zone for the score. 56-14, Williamsport up.
And I want to go back to that initial big throw down the field to Connor Winters. It looked like it was Tevin Williams in coverage, and it looked like it was just a busted coverage. Williams supposed to follow him in man. He didn't. He left it for the safety, Giovanni White, downfield. Neither of the two knew where they were supposed to be. Winters did a good job to just find the soft spot in the zone coverage, was able to make the catch and hit the ground, and then Seacrest, the next play, follows it up with a big run.
A correction, because it seems like the point after was not successful or the scoreboard has an update. I thought the referees said that it was good, so because it's good, we're going to go different from the scoreboard and say that it is Jersey Shore 56, Williamsport 14 with 2.5 minutes left in the third. Well, Jersey Shore, someone tell them that this isn't the second quarter, because they have matched the pace of scoring that they had in that second quarter. Well, the Millionaires have yet to find the painted turf in this half. Two successful, I'm going to call them onside kicks because they hit the up man. This one, a normal kick that will be one-hopped and fielded by White at the 15. He takes it to the 20, 25, runs out of space and time at the 30, and that is going to be where he is brought down with 2:25 and counting, and what will be a running clock on the referee's whistle as Jersey Shore simply, on the special teams, ironically enough, that caused a lot of heartache in the first half, they are going to be what decides this game in the second half.
And for the first time this season, they've broke 50 points. The closest they got, they had two 49-point games versus Delaware Valley and Selinsgrove. Now they're sitting at 56 with enough time if they want to keep going.
And the starters still on the field for both teams, including Tevin Williams, the quarterback. Trips right, one left. Williams drops back to throw under pressure, shakes a tackler, fires it deep. He's got a man open. It's caught. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Williamsport. Well, there are the Millionaires on their first play from scrimmage, nearly in this second half. It's Trey Damschroeder with his second receiving touchdown of the season. And Williamsport are on the board in the second half, 55-20. We're going to call it now 55-20 with no update on the scoreboard. The extra point to come here for Williamsport.
And that was another addition there, just broken coverage. Dan Schroeder able to get behind the secondary, no one in his face. Williams able to step up, make a perfect throw to Dan Schroeder downfield. An easy walk-in touchdown as Williamsport tries to find any sort of way to claw back into this game.
Well, this is substantial because if the point after is good, it stops the running clock. Because that extra point by Passetti on the last attempt didn't count, which I swore was good, but I could be wrong there, folks. This point after to stop the running clock with just over 2 minutes left in the third. Snap, hold, and kick, that one is good. And it is 55-21, the lead cut to 34.
My question is, does Jersey Shore call the dogs off, so to speak? Do they give some backups, or would they have even put backups in even if Williamsport didn't score? Now that they do score, does the starting offense stay on the field as they try to respond to that score with one of their own?
We are still 14 minutes of game time left here at STA Stadium. We have seen 76 combined points. 55 for Jersey Shore, 21 for Williamsport. The Bulldogs in a shootout is up big with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in the third. And I'm running out of adjectives to describe the insanity that this game has simply been, because this is simply an anomaly.
Well, shootout is a good way to describe it. A little peek behind the curtain here. I always keep track of the scoring plays here on just a little tablet I have. And I have filled up now the entire left side. I got to move over to the right side of the page now if we get any more scores, just because of how many that we've seen here really in the last 20 or so total minutes of game time going back to the end of that second quarter. It's just been insanity from these two teams on the score sheet, especially from the Bulldogs.
We're past 2 hours of game time. We had a running clock there for a little bit too, astonishingly. And it's a 34-point lead for the Bulldogs. This one is sent end over end. This will go into the end zone for a touchback as Watkins let it go out. So you mentioned calling off the Dogs. That's not exactly in Tom Grafish's notebook, though, is it, in his dictionary, as we expect the starters to come back onto the field with no mercy rule yet. Although we do tend to see changes, I don't anticipate a change here. As we see the personnel that's out onto the field, it will stay the offensive first team with a 34-point lead and 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
And just based on Jersey Shore's tendencies, I wouldn't have assumed them to call the Dogs off even if Williamsport doesn't score. Now that they do, they're certainly going to keep the starters on the field.
And now a stoppage. A stoppage in play here as both teams are going to go back to their huddles. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. There is a timeout on the field. And I wonder, I could be wrong here, Ryan, but I just wonder if the referee might be keeping track of the score and is just realizing now that there is no mercy rule because of an extra point that might not have been counted.
I'm not sure because it didn't look like Jersey Shore called a timeout.
It has been announced there's a timeout on the field. So the timeout is on the field, and it seems that there is going to be no adjustment. Jersey Shore doesn't look happy. I'm not sure entirely what it's about. But there is a timeout on the field, and when play resumes, it'll stay 55-21 Bulldogs. I am going to have to take a look back after the tape and see if that extra point was good or not, because that is determining whether there's a mercy rule or not. There is a large discussion being had on that far side. No clock adjustment or time adjustment. So they go first play from scrimmage, and now a flag. This one comes on the near side, way away from the play, and on the far side. So there's something that both referees saw, and it's a flag on Williamsport. And there are 12 men on the field for Williamsport.
Yeah, just a bit of a...
I'm pretty sure that is the case at least. And now we can confirm there is 12 men on the field.
Yeah, a little bit of a confusing last 30 seconds as we're both trying to figure out what's going on. Because typically if there's 12 men, they'll quickly recognize it and try to run it off. I don't think anybody noticed except the referees.
First down and 5. It's Pauling keeping himself on the power. Takes it past the line of scrimmage to about the 26 for a gain of 2. It has to be said, you're up by 34 points. Your starters are on the field late in the game. Maybe the game's not decided yet. We've seen the way the Millionaires have the deep play, but you're rolling the dice here, keeping the starters on, 2nd and 4.
I'm wondering if that's the scare they had against Delaware Valley influencing that. And
they hand it off this time to the tailback. Seacrest gets past the line of scrimmage to the 30, first down 35, and wrestled down from behind at the 38. That will move the chains with just under 90 seconds left here in the third quarter, a very long third quarter of action.
Like I said, I'm wondering if that scare against Delaware Valley where they had the big lead, they almost blow it, is that influencing the coaching decision here? And they're just seeing with how well Williamsport has been able to score quickly, keep the offense on the field, keep grinding the clock, and try not to give the Millionaires a chance to come back.
Yeah, the starters are on here on 1st and 10. Jersey Shore with it at their own 39. Pauling in the gun, takes a snap. Handoff Seacrest, bounces weak side, has a lead blocker, gets past the line of scrimmage, 45, and down at the outside hashes to the 47 for a gain of 8. And they can run. They have to run at least one more play before this third quarter concludes.
So it looked like the clock there was kind of just stopping and starting for a little bit as they were wondering if the chains were going to move. But you said they got to run one more play before the start of the fourth quarter. Probably just another run up the middle, go into the fourth, and now they're just in shoe clock territory. Bleed off as much as you can and just try to escape this game with a win.
2nd down and 2. Pauling, another handoff, Seacrest. This time gets met at the line of scrimmage. He won't get the first down on that occasion. A little bit of a push off there late. Seacrest wanted a flag. None was called as the Tackle was made by the captain Manley. Good to see him back on the field. And that is going to do it for the third quarter of action at STA Stadium. Jersey Shore in the driver's seat, looking for their second straight win and their 5th out of 6 this season. They lead 55-21 against Williamsport. You're tuned in to Jersey Shore football on the Bear Country Sports Network.
42 years serving you. All Round Tire, your hometown service and tire sales center. Family owned and operated, All Round Tire features Cooper and many other brands, including Michelin and Firestone. Make us your first choice, not only for passenger, light truck, farm, and ag tires, but also for service, brakes, exhaust, belts, and hoses. We offer the only vulcanized flat repairs in the area. PA State Inspection 2, open weekdays 8 till 5, Saturday till noon. All Round Tire, Cement Hollow Road, Jersey Shore.
And put 12 minutes on the clock one last time from STA Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Jersey Shore 55, Williamsport 21. A lot of big plays from both teams. The Bulldogs with possession, a 3rd down and 2, near side hash 47. They are at their own territory here. Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. Oh, it's a bobble snap. Ball is loose in the backfield. There's a dive on top of it, and Williamsport's got it. Williamsport has it on the first play of the fourth quarter. A fumble on the snap recovered by Giovanni White. And so Billtown will be in Jersey Shore territory. 1 play gone here in the fourth quarter.
Well, if Williamsport's going to want to come back, that's the way to do it. Looked like just a bobbled snap there. Pauling tried to hand it off to Seekers. The ball kind of popped up in the air. He tried to wrestle with it to get it back down and try to run it himself. The ball hits the ground. Williamsport falls on it, but they're still going to need a miracle if they want to find their way back into this game.
Williams in the gun, trips left, 1 right. Flanker left side is White. Williams to pass on first down. He's under pressure, rolls out to his right, back to his left, fires left side, wide open. The catch is made by White. He's got space, 30, 20, 15, gets wrestled down to the 10, carries the pile to the 8, and forward progress marks him down back at the 8-yard line. A big play again. White unmarked on the near side with the blitz coming. Williams backpedaled. Looks like Madden 04 with Michael Vick, isn't it? Just making time in the backfield.
Yeah,
and he gets the first down in goal-to-go territory.
Williams was running in the backfield with nowhere to go. White left at the last minute because Jersey Shore, all of the defenders pulled down to try to stop White on the run, or Williams on the run, excuse me. He's able to look back over the field, find White wide open, and get him into the red zone.
On 1st and goal, Williams in the gun, trips left, 1 right. Williams, a hard count. Now takes the snap, under pressure, hit as he throws, far side, and it's incomplete. Miscommunication there on the route to the far end. Trey Damschroeder, the intended target, he cut inward. The pass was to the back corner. It looked like an interception, if anything else, if anyone received it. It turned into an incompletion with now 10.5 minutes left. And this is very bizarre to me, Ryan. There's a 34-point lead here for Jersey Shore, and yet they're going with the running clock, and I'm not entirely sure why. It was an incomplete pass. Unless the referee has a different score than the scoreboard, it should not be a running clock, but for whatever reason it is. But that benefits the Bulldogs, but for how long? 2nd down and goal at the 8. Williams in the gun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. 2 tailbacks in the backfield as well. White and Walker. White takes the low snap, keeps it himself, rolls out to his right, going to try to take it himself. Bounce off of 1 tackler, gets upfield to the 5, and is wrestled down in play at about the 5-yard line with less than 10 minutes to go in the game. 3rd and goal, last chance saloon. The Millionaires need this. The Bulldogs trying to get a goal line stop.
And Williams is just such a hard guy to bring down. Jersey Shore has 3 defenders in the area, and it took the last man to bring him to the ground. He does such a good job at just being able to get upfield and being so hard to tackle. You mentioned 04 Michael Vick. That certainly is what it looks like from our vantage point against Jersey Shore. What a player he has been in this game as he tries to keep his team in it.
And now a stoppage. That is because a timeout was taken by Williamsport. That is their 2nd of the half. They will have 1 remaining with 9.5 minutes left. The score supposedly Jersey Shore 55, Williamsport 21. Williamsport trying to put a stop to the running clock despite the lead just being 34 points. But they're trying to put a stop to the running clock here on 3rd and goal at the Jersey Shore 5. Another big play to set it up. This time Williams found Giovanni White on the near side outside the numbers. He took it goal-to-go territory a couple plays later. And the Millionaires are trying to punch a fourth touchdown in.
Well, as Williamsport tries to find their way back into this game, looking back, how big were those 2 onside kicks that Jersey Shore was able to get? That's 14 points that they were able to steal, really, from Williamsport and gave them this big of a lead. If Williamsport is being able to score, and if their defense can get some stops, that 14 points might prove costly.
So 3rd down and goal on the right side, hash 5-yard line. With the timeout taken, the Millionaires will have 1 remaining. 2 receivers out to the left side, 2 receivers right. Williams will set in an empty backfield here. Probably one of the biggest plays of the game right here. Williams in the gun, takes the snap, tries to stay in the pocket, out fires right side into the end zone. He's got a man, it's a touchdown. A touchdown for Williamsport. Slot receiver on the far side there to make the snag. And with 9 minutes and 31 seconds left, it's Williamsport 27, Jersey Shore 55. Point after pending.
And now for Williamsport, after this point after, I think it's onside kick territory with 1:31 left. And how good Jersey Shore has been at running the ball.
Left,
yeah,
that is.
And how good Jersey Shore has been running the ball. I certainly think that we are in onside kick territory. Is that thought of a comeback maybe starting to creep into your mind a little bit more as they keep scoring.
It's the fact that there's just so much room to gain. They're going to run out of time here, Williamsport, as the point after by Ungard will split the uprights and follow through. 55-28, it's impossible to overcome it. But you want to see Jersey Shore have a better closeout to the game than they did against a Delaware Valley. And I'm sure Delaware Valley's in the back of the minds of a lot of these Jersey Shore fans. But, it's too late for a lead change. But at the same time, you want to see the Bulldogs finish strong.
Well, Nick, you know what they say, never say never. Because you never know. I mean, if they're able to get some onside kicks here, it's mathematically nearly improbable, but it's not impossible. They would need a miracle, to be very frank. I mean, the lead where it is, it would be astonishing if they're able to overcome this. But Jersey Shore, like you mentioned that game against Delaware Valley, that was another one where it felt like it was insurmountable. And then you look, it was a 1-score game. Jersey Shore did a good job to never have that game or never relinquish the lead, but they certainly need to clean some things up on the offensive side of the ball, specifically 3 costly turnovers. Williamsport, they didn't make them pay for the first 2. They make them pay for the last one. But Jersey Shore, they just need to keep the ball on the ground and run as much clock as they can, because if they run their offense the way they want to, you're right, there's no way for Williamsport to come back at this point.
So with the point after good, 55-28, Jersey Shore leads. Ungard will send it away from the near side, hash 40. 2 back deep to return here for the Bulldogs. And this will be a normal kick, as Watkins will let it bounce in front of him at the 5 and then field it at the 5-yard line. He takes it 10-15 out to the 20, makes a man miss, now bounces to the left side, cuts back inwards to the 25, playing happy feet there as he's wrestled down eventually at the 26-yard line with 9 minutes and 19 seconds left in it. The Bulldogs trying to put the exclamation point back on. It seems like we've seen a couple cherries on top, only for Williamsport's offense to knock them away.
Yeah, and that makes up for the 14 points that they gave up with the onside kicks. But you mentioned there a kick down the field. If Williamsport's not trying to go for the onside kick, mathematically now there is really no way, because they're not going to be able to get the ball back until about 7 minutes. Unless a turnover happens, they're not going to have enough time to get the ball back.
4 receivers each side. The clock's still running. Pauling in the gun, 4 receiver set. Takes the snap. They'll hand it off to the tailback. Reserve tailback in this game. Attempts to the 25-yard line. That's around the line of scrimmage, and back out to the 26. And I believe tailback in the game there for the Bulldogs might have been Chase Ellison, I believe, with Hayden Kelly, I believe, in at quarterback. So some of the reserves of the Bulldogs in the game potentially. So Ellison with the carry. Only gets it to the line of scrimmage. Pauling is still in the game at quarterback. So it is Kelly the tailback, Pauling the quarterback. 2nd down and 10. And as you mentioned there, Ryan, Jersey Shore taking time off the clock.
Yeah, and that's what they have to do at this point. The game has been won. Don't snap the ball until there's about 10 seconds left on the play clock. Keep running it and just grind out the game.
Trips right, 1 left. They hand it off again to Ellison. This time he's got space. Past the 30. Carries the pile to the 32 and then down at the 33. That'll be a gain of 7. 3rd down and short to come. Ellison much better on that second carry.
And now you see Jersey Shore, like I said, with Ellison coming into the game, sprinkling in some of the backups. They know this game is won. Get some new guys, some opportunities. I'm surprised to see Pauling still in the game at this point, but maybe they don't have another quarterback they trust on the depth chart to let him take the snaps and just hand the ball off.
On 3rd down and 3, Pauling in the gun, takes the snap. Play fake, he's going to take it himself. Has the seam to the outside edge. Got the first down to the 40 across midfield. Into the 45 and out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Amir Provoid eventually escorting him out, but not before. They're inside Williamsport territory to the 38-yard line as we approach the 7.5-minute mark here in Billtown.
And some good blocking downfield from the receivers, Carson Watkins, Luke Ryan, and the tight end Luke Thompson. All three of them were on one-on-one coverage. They were able to screen their guy off the ball, give Pauling all that lane to run through. A big run for him, and able to pick up the first down, and all that means is just some time to chew some more clock.
1st and 10, right side, 38. Trips right, 1 left. Pauling to throw, under pressure. Going to try to tuck and run. He bounces to the outside. He's got space. Has the first down inside the 30, 20, 15, 10, and runs his way out to the 5-yard line. Pauling getting it done on his feet once again. They're approaching a 60-piece here. They're 5 yards away from it as Pauling shook off the initial edge rusher and had a lot of green turf ahead of him. 1st and goal.
Well, that looked like it was a design shot play. They had Watkins in one-on-one coverage on the far side. Watkins throwing his hand up in the air. Pauling looked like he was rearing up to take a shot. Thought better of it and just said, I'll get 30 yards on the ground.
On the first play from goal, Pauling hands off to the tailback Ellison, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jersey Shore. Chase Ellison running it in. And for the first time this season, there is a score for the Bulldogs that starts with a 6, 61-28, at least in the 10th place. Getting some elementary math here. In the 10th place, a 6, 61-28, and now Passetti on for an extra point attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick, it's off of the crossbar, no good.
There's been a few of those. It looks like he's kicking these extra points a little bit lower. Some of these have just barely scraped over. That one, not even able to. Yeah, it's 61-28. They hadn't had a 50-point game. Well, now they have a 60-point game on their resume. This offense, and we mentioned it really all year, how good of a job that they do that. And this is 61 points despite their first few drives in the first quarter not going their way. I mean, this is an offense that is just, when it gets going, it is so hard to stop. It's like a freight train almost. It takes time to build momentum, but when it gets going, the best thing you can do is just get off the tracks.
I tell you what, have you ever seen a 61-20? I'm still like enamored by that score line.
It's such a weird score. It's one that you, I mean, is there a high school scoregami out there?
I was going to bring up scoregami, NFL scoregami, the idea of a score line that's never happened before. Obviously, it's a lot harder to do in the high school level with all the high school games. I'm sure it's happened before, but it's not something you see every day at the park, is it?
Maybe a Pennsylvania high school scoregami will limit it a little bit more to see if we can fit it into a box here, maybe mess with the statistics a little bit to get the result you want. But, yeah, 61-28 is a weird score to have.
This one fielded on the kick return at the 15. He takes it 20, 25. That's Giovanni White trying to reverse out to the left side of the field, outside the numbers to the 30. It takes a hard hit to the 35-yard line. Connor Yinling there on the special teams. So 1st down and 10 on the left side, 36-yard line. Williamsport going with their starting offensive set. Good to see, by the way, Caden Fluke, who is absent towards the end of the first half. He is back in the game at right tackle for the Millionaires. That's a good sight to see. 6 minutes, 17 seconds left. 61-28. Yes, you read that right. That is the scoreline here at STA Stadium. When you have two unstoppable, at times, offenses, at least Jersey Shore, unstoppable offense, Williamsport, always good to break out a big play. You're going to get a scoreline like this. Looks like a Big 12 scoreline from the mid-2010s at times. Late check into the game is Eli Weaver. Williams in the gun, takes the snap. Hit as he throws. Oh, he's wide open again, and it's caught. 30, 20, 10, and he'll walk into the end zone for the score. Trey Damschroeder again finding the painted turf. And this game simply will not end without another big play. And Trey Damschroeder wide open, no defender within about 20 yards of him, into the end zone for the score. 61-34, Jersey Shore up.
And Williamsport taking off the silken gloves that are on that play. You expect the Millionaires to be prim and proper. These ones are not. They are an explosive team, to be sure, and they are not taking their foot off the gas no matter the score. They're just trying to get as many points as possible.
And they're going to go for two. Wonder if the kicker's leg is sore at this point. That might be why. Williams in the empty backfield to throw. Fires to the right side, tipped away and incomplete. So the two-point conversion is unsuccessful. And that keeps a 61-34 advantage for Jersey Shore. I got to tell you, Ryan, you know, we do Lock Haven Athletics on the Bear. I wonder if there's going to be basketball scores with basketball games with less scoring than this one, because this has just been on a different level. You come to a high school football field, especially a Jersey Shore high school football field in which Jersey Shore is playing, you never know what you're going to get. But I think even the unbeknownst would be stunned by the scoreline that we have here.
I mean, yeah, right now it's a combined 95 points between the two teams. Another touchdown and will eclipse the century mark for the first time I've ever seen that in high school for sure. We got close with that game against Delaware Valley that ended 49-42, just not enough to get there. But yeah, 95 combined points. Both these offenses have just been, and it's been the big play for both of them. Big runs, big throws, it doesn't matter. They're pulling everything out to get the score where it is, but and we still have 5 minutes and 46 seconds left in the game. I mean, there is still enough time for another score or even multiple with how this game has gone. Just a weird game all around.
You know, I was only half joking, but Ungard does look a little tired as he's going to kick this one off for the Millionaires. This one, an onside kick, and that will be intended for an up man, but will get by the line and out of bounds, a kickoff out of bounds. And Williamsport will start in good territory.
we have to think.
To their own 42-yard line. We'll see what offensive set comes out onto the field here.
Well, you mentioned Ungard being tired. I mean, not only is he kicking all the extra points, he also has to go right back on the field and do all the kickoffs as well. Also being the starting receiver on offense, honestly, he might be a little tired at this point. It might be a time of where you just kind of go for two, because how much more leg does your kicker have in him?
I'm trying to see what the set. Carson Watkins is in at quarterback. The starting receiver, Carson Watkins, in at Wildcat. Chase Ellison is the tailback, a four-receiver set. There are still starters on the field for Jersey Shore.
I mean, at this point, why not have Watkins at quarterback? With how fun this game has been, just start experimenting with stuff.
5 minutes and 46 seconds left. The kickoff out of bounds is going to move the ball up. And in fact, I think there was also a penalty on Williamsport during the kickoff. That's going to move them up 5 more. To the right side hash, 46-yard line, 1st and 10. Watkins in at quarterback for just the second time this season. Takes the snap, handoff Ellison, shakes off an initial tackler. He's going the wrong way, shakes off another. It looks like he might have lost the football, and it looks like Williamsport has it. Williamsport has the football. Ellison lost it in the backfield, and with 5:32 left, the Millionaires get the football back, and I am a complete loss for words at this stage.
I mean, what do you say at this point? Just an insane game all around, certainly one that's going to be a fun write-up at the end, because what do you even talk about with this game? All the big plays, all the big rushes. That's Jersey Shore's now, by the way, 4th turnover of the game. I don't think we've even seen them have multiple turnovers in a single game, now sitting at 4.
And now the first play, Williams to throw. He's wide open again, and Schroeder has it. It's another touchdown. And for the second time in a row, Trey Schroeder is unmarked and wide open and in the end zone, 61-40. And now Williamsport with a potential 2-point conversion here to make it 61-42 with 5:20 to play.
I mean, that makes it an 18-point game. It's still 3 possessions, but now
you can make it a 2-possession game. Or no, you won't be able to even with the 2-pointer, but now Williams rolls out to his right. He's going backwards. Looking for time. He has a guy open. He's going to fire to that side. It closes the gap. A diving catch, but he didn't stay in bounds. It's incomplete. Giovanni White made a diving catch, but he couldn't keep that left foot in bounds. The 2-point conversion is unsuccessful, and the lead is cut to 21. Jersey Shore 61. Williamsport 40. And I am so glad I don't have the head cold that I had for the last 2 weeks, or else Tom Fleming would be on play-by-play at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, an absolute word soup from both of us. There's just been so much to talk about with this game. And now Williamsport, you're down 21. There's 5 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. You would need a few onside kicks, at least 2. You need to get an onside kick, recover it, go score another touchdown, get another onside kick, recover it again, and really with only 1 timeout, they might need 3 onside kicks in a row. But you're only down 21. I mean, this was a point you were down 40+. You've cut it to 21. Theoretically, it is possible for them to come back. It would take a string of miracles for that to happen, but we've already seen multiple blown coverages from Jersey Shore on back-to-back plays, multiple, probably 4 or 5 in this game in total. Williamsport, there is an avenue here for a comeback, maybe?
I mean, at this point, both bands have to be exhausted. I'm thinking about everyone behind the scenes seeing this out. This is going to be another onside kick. It's pushed out to the left side and will be out of bounds. Aiden Pats let it go out of bounds on the near side. That was a close one. Much better played there from Ungard, but just drifted out. Jersey Shore will have it at midfield with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. And now, well, we talked about, hey, maybe starters on, starters off. I think you might have to put the starters on just to see this game out.
Yeah, they put in Watkins at quarterback there on the last drive. And we saw that a few games ago when Pauling went down briefly with an injury. It was Watkins who is the backup quarterback for this team, perhaps. Saw him on the field last drive. I expect Pauling to be out here now because they can't afford another mistake. They need to make sure that another mistake doesn't happen that could maybe let Williamsport back into this game.
There was another 5-yard penalty, by the way, for a false start, so Jersey Shore will have it at the Williamsport 45.
I'm not sure who that is at quarterback.
That's Watkins.
Look like,
that is Watkins again on the right side. 2 receivers left, takes the snap, handoff to a new tailback in the game, gets past the line of scrimmage to the 44. That is Jace Fetzer, the junior. Had a couple carries last season in garbage time role. This is his first carry of the day. It goes for 1, 2nd and 9, 5 minutes left to play.
I'm interested when Jersey Shore snaps this. They're lining up that they're going to snap this early.
They're going to snap it early. It's a handoff end around to the 40. Watkins is free to the 30. 25, one man to be in a shoestring tackle inside of the 20. That saves a touchdown to the 18-yard line. That was a great tackle in open field by Landon Long. That stopped the score. 4.5 minutes left, and the Bulldogs are looking for another.
And this is a game where I am certainly glad I'm not doing stats for this game. I would hate to be a scorekeeper doing this because all the names that have gotten touchdowns, all the yards. I mean, both these offenses have probably accumulated over 400 yards of total offense. You're certainly approaching that point now.
Only 400?
maybe closer to 500, but again, they're up 21. How big were those 14 points off those onside kicks?
Trips left, 1 right. 1st and 10 at the 18. Watkins handed off Fetzer. Met at the line of scrimmage. Big hit applied there on the weak side by Devaje Dimmick, who makes the stop. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. And I saw John Girardi, a good friend of mine at the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, spare a thought for him. That write-up is going to be a novel. 2nd and 11. Ball spotted back at the 19-yard line after the 1-yard loss from Fetzer. Watkins is in the gun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. We have not seen Watkins attempt to throw a pass, by my thought, in this season. 3.5 minutes left. They could still take another 15 seconds off the clock. Up by 21 points here late. Trying to see this thing out. Watkins in the Wildcat. Takes the snap. Keeps it himself. Weak side. He's got blockers. 15 to the 10-yard line. Right at the first down marker and pushes the pile. And in doing so, he'll get the first down to the 7. First down and goal for the Bulldogs. 3 minutes and change left to play.
Yeah, Watkins, I'm interested to see if they do try to let him throw. There might have been one in the game he came in previously. Can't really remember off the top of my head, but they're running him as more just an option quarterback. You've run it down the field. Watkins, another good run there. Just getting him some time, maybe prepare him if in case, worst case scenario, he needs to come into a bigger stage and a bigger game, get him ready.
Watkins, Wildcat, takes the snap, handoff Fetzer, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Jace Fetzer, his last carry went for negative yardage. That one went for the black turf from 7 yards out. Fetzer in the end zone, 67-40. 67-40. Jersey Shore leads. Here comes the extra point.
Just what an insane game all around. I mean, a good run there by Fetzer, good blocking up the middle as we've seen time and time again.
Jaden Passetti's kick is blocked as that one goes no good. Should be noted, Jaden Passetti is the captain of the soccer team for Jersey Shore. That one was blocked away. Good block there, and I believe it was the man that received it in the end, Anthony Manley, that blocked it. That leaves the score 67-40. Jersey Shore up 27 points with 2.5 minutes to play. And now I can confirm there will 100% be basketball scores less than this one.
Oh, 100. I mean, when you're looking at it, 67-40, we saw games last year that ended with lower scores than these. But back to Passetti being the captain of the soccer team, that's very common, I feel like, with a lot of high school teams. A lot of the times, your kicker is normally also doubles as a soccer player. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Kicking a soccer ball is, I mean, you're kicking a soccer ball just as far as you're kicking a football, and a football's a lot lighter. But I wonder why that's such a common thing that a lot of the times these athletes pull double. Because, I mean, you're missing football practices sometimes to go to soccer games. You're missing soccer practice to go to football games. It's a weird phenomenon that always happens with high schools.
A quiet point we should make, by the way. This is now the third time Jersey Shore's defense has given up 40 points in a game. Happened against Delaware Valley in a 49-42 win. Happened against Shamokin in a 43-42 double overtime loss. Yes, that was in double overtime, but this is now the third time they've allowed 40 or more.
When a good handful of those points have also come off blown coverages, so what does that say? I mean, is it a point where you just have some backups in on defense and they're just kind of making mental lapses because they think the game is over?
This kick goes out of bounds, so add good field position for Williamsport. With the scoreline that reads 67-40. Good student section coalition left. Jersey Shore, it looks like not a single person is left on that far side. Credit to them. We are very thankful this is not a far road trip. That is for sure. I know I certainly am not. As the Bulldogs, well, we talked about it the second half, didn't we? We want to see Jersey Shore close out games. They're struggling to again here, aren't they?
When this, for Williamsport, the second highest scoring total they have. They scored 42 in a 42-0 shutout against Central Mountain. Now with 40 points and a chance to add more onto that total.
Running clock amidst all of this. 2.5 minutes left. Williams in the gun. They have had 2 straight long touchdown passes. They're going deep again, Williams. He's under pressure. Rolls out left and now fires it deep. One-on-one coverage. It's incomplete. Contact late. Flag is down, and it looks like a pass interference with the defensive back, Lucas Edkin, running into contact with the receiver, Giovanni White, who is lined up out of the backfield.
And Edkin there just kind of got caught in a weird position, the freshman corner. Ball was in the air. He didn't really know where it was. He kind of just ran back to the receiver, who was on the – it looked like Giovanni White coming out of the backfield. Tried to run back to knock the ball out of the air, made contact with White, never turned his head around to try and find the football, and that leads to the pass interference call.
2 minutes left to play on the running clock from the pass interference. 1st and 10 in midfield. Williams in the gun. 4 receivers set, 2 each side. Williams to pass, another blitz, this time under pressure. He's going to tuck and run. He's got space as he avoids it, gets it to the 40, 35, 30 for the first down. Inside of the 25, stiff arms a man, runs a man over to the turf, out to the 20, the 15, the 10, and he's out of bounds. All the way to the 10-yard line. Devin Williams take a bow. He is doing a little bit of everything tonight.
I tell you what, when this kid's a senior, he's going to be a real scary player to play against. When you're looking there, I mean, starts the run up the middle, cuts it to the far side, the far right side of the field, cuts it back to the near left side of the field, and gets down to inside the 10-yard line. This kid, give him a little more experience under his belt. He's going to be a hard player to stop.
1st and goal at the 10. Williams to pass, left side. Acres of time, and now it runs out. He rolls out to his left, reverts back to his right, again to his left, takes it up the seam and just tosses it away. With a minute left on the clock, Williams with nothing to do, the coverage stepping up there.
Yeah, that one, it looks like he just kind of flinged out of bounds. Flinged it out of bounds, I should say there. Just kind of, you said coverage downfield. There wasn't a lot of things open. He ran back initially, tried to roll out to the left side, came back to the right side, found no one open, just throw it out of bounds.
And the clock is stopped with 49 seconds. And that is because there was a flag on the play. It is on Williamsport. That'll back them up to the 25-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd and goal on the left side hash, 25. 15-yard penalty. That might have been unsportsmanlike conduct on the Millionaires. Jersey Shore up 67-40. That is the score. You are not hearing me wrong. 4 receivers set. Williams in the gun, takes the snap. Has time, now runs out of it. Rolls out to his right, backs up to his own 40, and is going to toss it away. With 30 seconds left, and if Williamsport want another score, They do have a timeout to stop the clock if they want to take it, and that is going to be what they do. With 24 seconds left, the final timeout taken by Billtown, trying to get one last score on the clock.
I mean, you might as well, right, at this point. The game's over. The result has been decided, but give your offense another chance out there. Try to put up 48. At this point, there's no reason not to.
I mean, what do you take out of this for your Jersey Shore? I mean, you know, you can have a lot of positives, but you don't want to see 40 points on the board, at least from the opposing side at the same time.
It's really weird. It's a weird feeling if you're a Bulldog fan after this game because your offense did really well. You ran all over Williamsport, probably well over 200 yards in total on the ground, if not pushing 300 yards on the ground. Your running backs look good. Your quarterback looked good despite the 2 interceptions. But you mentioned your defense for 90% of the game has looked good, but ever since that the middle of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, it's just been a lot of mental lapses that have led to this 40-point total, multiple broken coverages. Is that something that will continue, or is that kind of just more of a one-off as this secondary kind of knew the game was already decided?
All right, so 3rd down and goal. They throw it up the middle. Catch is made at the 20, and he'll be wrapped up immediately at about the 17-yard line. Was Giovanni White. 15 seconds left. They're going to try to run one more play, get another score across. They're getting into their set. They're looking to try and spike the ball, and they do so on 3rd and goal. The clock is now at 000, but he definitely got the spike off in time. But it will not matter. The game is over. They ran the clock, and the game is over. That's because it was a running clock. Even if you spiked the ball, it wouldn't have mattered. And so that'll do it in what is certainly one of the games to remember at the STA Stadium. The Bulldogs improved to 5-1 on the season. They have defeated Williamsport, a final score of 67-40. And Ryan, we're going to wrap it up quick. I want your player of the game because, I mean, good luck picking one out of the pile here. There is a lot of options.
I mean, I'm going to give it to Bo Sechrist. He set the standard on the ground. Did a really good job, rushed for well over 150 yards. He alone might be close to 200 yards. 3 total touchdowns for him was really the catalyst of this offense. He was the wrecking ball that this Bulldog team used to win this game.
And so Jersey Shore improves to 5-1 and 3-1 in the Heartland Athletic Conference. They're back at home a week from now against Hollidaysburg. Williamsport will drop to 4-2 and 2-2. They are at home here again against Shamokin, as that's going to wrap things up from STA Stadium. For executive producer Dave Stratton, director Tom Fleming, and color commentator Ryan States, I'm Nicolas Severini saying so long from Williamsport. Your final score, Jersey Shore 67, Williamsport 40.
Thanks for listening to tonight's game, brought to you by TLC Fuels, Napa, Jason Eberhardt State Farm Insurance, All Round Tire, BA Mike's Electric, Journey Bank, Dotterer Equipment, Twilight Diner, Doug at Alexander Kia, Brigandy, Gleghorn and Hafley Insurance, Sweet Dreams Pet Resort, Susquehanna Trailways, Reese's Print Shop, Ham's Disposal, C.H. Walt Outdoor and RV, Alex Colon Oil, Creek Unique Candles and more, Tightrope Films, Charles Construction, Mother Carol's Midtown Bar, Kleini's Furniture, Fager Insurance, and T-Mobile. Get ready for our next broadcast next Friday evening. The Bulldogs host Hollidaysburg. Live on 99.9 FM, streaming through BearCountry999.com, YouTube for live video, search Bear Country 999. See it, hear it, win free prizes on the Bear Country Sports Network and CentralPASports.com.